Oh, quiet.
Hello, everyone. Don't mind the Discord chat in the back. We're gonna do a quick intro first. Hello, we're watching more Star Trek today. One episode that I really like, one that I think is kind of bad, and one that's okay. That seems to be pretty much the consistent theme. One that's really good, one that's fine, one that's not so good. But that's just my opinion. Now, I think the best one today is going to be Star Wars Empire War. Welcome to our playthrough. Today we're going to be playing as the Empire going against the Rebel scum, so I'm going to go ahead and send out my TIE fighters to capture these mining facilities. I'm going to need those right away, maybe a little bit of a couple extra TIE squadrons just to help secure the positions. It's going to be very important. So how do y'all feel about today's episodes? Oh, I forgot to hit the timer. Hang on. Timer started. Alright, now how do y'all feel about today's episodes? Feeling pretty ambivalent about them?
These are not memorable titles. I'm looking them up.
Yeah.
The enemy was the one with, Geordi hanging out with Centurion Bakra. I know that much.
Oh, the episode where he's blind the whole episode. Okay.
Well, that's every episode.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've gone ahead and spawned in my two extra TIE fighter squadrons. Those will be able to help out, take out some X-Wings before they are able to claim the mining facilities, because those are my mining facilities.
Rebels
How
out.
dare they even attempt it? Look at this. Look at this. This is claimed by the rebellion. Those rebel scum.
The sheer hubris of it.
Exactly. What is wrong with these people? Well, at least I can go ahead and upgrade my my mining rate. I'm just killing time here until so everyone has time to actually get in the stream.
Hey.
Hey, I was gonna ask. It's like, oh, is Mr. Fiddle showing up today? He's a regular. Where'd he go? You left us. No, it's good to see you. How's it going?
You too. It's just, whenever I have to catch up on The Mandalorian and Star Trek Discovery the same day, it's a really great time to be a sci-fi fan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we can say anything on stream about what happened in those shows, but I'm very excited to see where both of those go.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say about that. So it looks like the Rebellion has set up a laser defense satellite and a missiles defense satellite, which is not very polite of them. I believe the kids say not very cash money. Is that a thing? Is that still a thing? Do we have any people younger than me here who can verify that?
It's the right audience for that. I don't even know.
Oh, they've gone ahead and brought in a Corellian Corvette. Those things are very good against TIE fighters, so I'm probably going to lose the whole squadron here. But honestly, I don't really care. Yeah, today we're starting with Season 3 episode... Honestly, I don't know the episode number. It might be 7. But it's The Enemy. With Centurion Bakra. I'm going to need to get Boba Fett in here. Boba Fett's going to be pretty important. Of course, he's probably not going to be done by the time the countdown's done. Oh, are these allies? Alright. So this is the Empire equivalent to the Corellian Corvette. It's very good against X-Wings and Y-Wing bombers. Just upgraded our space station here. I really want to try and claim these mining facilities to the right, because if we can deny them, then the Rebellion's going to have very limited resources to build ships against us. So yeah, the one episode I don't like today is the price. I think the price is really weird. That's the one where,
Now, isn't it the one where Troy has like a love affair with some guy who's like trying to do something
some
with
guy
the
who I
wormhole?
hate, yes.
Yeah.
Some guy who's just the worst.
It's there's some good scenes in there, I think, if I remember.
There's one rather famous scene in that episode, which I can't seem to get any information other than that.
Just the fact that it was a famous scene.
Yeah, every time I look up the episode, I just keep seeing that scene. I'm not really. That's the only result.
30 seconds.
Yep. Just closed out of Star Wars for the moment to queue myself up for the enemy. Everyone be queued up to TNG the enemy. 0 seconds. We'll all press play at the same time. Yeah, this is... Well, we're not watching the price yet. We're watching the enemy, which I think is excellent. Everybody loves Enjoy and Bakra. Mostly because his name is fun to say.
We get to see
press play
Kamala too.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, Tomalak. Is his name Andreas something? The actor who plays Tomalak?
So Data's not with them, so they're gonna talk shit about Data.
Why would they do that? We love Data.
Jordy would never do that.
I know they're going to talk about him, but are they going to really talk smack about him?
Worf's hair. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, his hair's crazy.
Well, he doesn't keep it trimmed. This is why everyone else here has short hair.
This is why he goes to braids later on.
Okay, some nice
Can he
harps
just
hanging
see
out.
if
Apparently he can see.
can his visor? That's amazing. Like, can he see that things are conductive though, or was he reading that off a tricorder? They're only holding their lights.
Maybe he just saw it was metal and is like, yeah, metal's electrically conductive, therefore. He's extrapolating.
He's just staring at it and saying he's detecting deuterium or something. He's just getting that off of his visor. They're really pumped that up.
That's a good... Why doesn't everyone get the visor? It's like Data
Yeah,
in
why does he
Measure of
even
a
have a
Man.
tricorder?
Yeah, in Measure of a Man, Data was like, Jordy's eyes are far superior to normal biological eyes, yes. Why aren't all officers required to be replaced with cybernetic implants? It's like, no, Data, maybe we should do that. The visor's amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Data.
Thanks for the suggestion. Oh, that's not Cinchori and Bakra. I don't remember his name.
Are there any consequences for trying to strangle a Starfleet officer?
Probably not. Wait, is that blood red? Not exactly.
That blood
No.
is green.
Ouch.
It's probably okay to strangle a Starfleet officer if you're a Romulan.
But he was a Klingon. He didn't really feel it.
Alright, Geordie's in the mud pit. It's a bit unfortunate for him. And you're gonna have to clean up those, what are they called, optical nodes on the side of his head. They're all covered in mud. It's gonna be a whole thing. I don't think this is the same hole they fell down in Season 1. I think that one had more of like a sloped ceiling. So
I do recall them saying that they moved to a new set come Season 3 or 4, and they were tired of that old cold pit, so this might actually be a different cold pit.
Okay. You know, that ceiling does actually look sloped, now that I get a better shot of it, but yeah, I think it's still a different pit. I don't know how many pits they have. We know they only have one regular cave, but I don't know about pits.
I think they've only got the one pit.
Just the one pit?
At least until Season 3, yeah.
Why is Jordy feeling around right now? He can still see.
We're in season 3, by the way.
Yes.
He's got mud in his thing.
Yeah, they're still using the really awful flashlights. In fact, wait, did they use those awful flashlights on DS9 too? I know we've seen them before, but I don't know which show exactly.
I'm pretty sure they like to use those. Yeah, they're the futuristic, hold them up like a police flashlight.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I remember we were talking about them on DS9.
Yeah, that was the episode where... Was that in Civil Defense? I think it was Civil Defense. Just awful flashlight design. Who would ever use that?
I think the first time I saw a flashlight in the show, I'm like, did they take that off of a mining lamp and like just did they
Just-
remove the helmet and just take it off and hold it?
They would be much better served with just a mining helmet. Just put a flashlight there. Then it lights up anything you're looking at. You don't have to hold it. It's great. Just get a light hat. But that doesn't look futuristic enough. Voyager put some flashlights on their wrists, which is, I mean, it's better. I'm still not convinced that's correct, but it's better.
It's the Doom 3 technique.
I was gonna say something else. What was that? Oh yeah, how do you guys feel about space whales? do you believe my theory?
I
Are there
love that theory.
energy beings that have ascended?
I think it's flawless.
Perfect. The comments on that video, I really enjoy them because there's plenty of people who are just going along with the joke because, I mean, you can't seriously believe I actually think their ascended space whales are the Q. But apparently some people do. Apparently some people think I'm being totally serious.
Your theory is
those
bulletproof, man.
Yeah. It's those comments are amazing to read. It's like, you really believe that? It's like, here's all this evidence. The Voss don't really believe this. The Q are actually like this. They said this. It's like, dude, chill. It's a space whale. Oh, Andreas Katsoulis. Someone said that in the chat before. Andreas Katsoulis. Katsoulis? I don't know.
I like how there's no wheels on the stretcher because it's Star Trek.
It's an anti-gravity stretcher.
You saw the little lights coming out of the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's named already. Yeah, there he is. O'Brien.
He was shown in the opening credits right after Tomalak's actor, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in the opening credits.
Yeah, he got in there before executive producer and associate producer. He was there before Livingston.
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about, what is it, Babylon 5, where Andreas plays Gakar? I've never seen that, so I can't speak to his character there.
It's
I
one of the
assume he
main
looks-
characters.
Okay. Does he look
Jakar,
exactly like
yes.
Tomalak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. I remember liking him. I don't remember anything about him.
He's the Narn ambassador.
Right.
But in the mid 90s, I was on AOL and I had a Vulcan character named Jakar, and it was stolen from the Babylon 5 characters, like
Yeah.
Jakar. But but much later, I watched Babylon 5, and then I realized who I was stealing from.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to steal from anyone, Tomalak is a good person to steal from.
Yeah, he's a great character.
So they may have just like verified without any dialogue that that visor is actually as crazy as it sounds. He just found metal like buried under mud.
Yeah, I was looking, when we had the visor vision, there was this, there were these waves and currents going across the surface of the material.
Yeah, and those little reflective bits that he managed to reach out and pull out. Yeah, those things. Diamonds?
Is he
Rocks?
gonna... I think he's gonna shoot those with a phaser to melt them into a metal stick. I don't know why he needs a metal stick.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there he goes. But that was definitely some sort of molder cast.
He's gonna make a transceiver or something.
Yeah, Jordy's really good at his job.
He can get out of any situation, it seems like.
If you guys remember the
He is the
episode
chief
Rocks and Shoals from
engineer of the
DS9.
Enterprise.
Yeah. From Rocks and Shoals, that void was like, I bet you brought one of those famed Starfleet engineers who can turn rocks into replicators. It's like, you're not actually wrong there. They definitely can. Well, Jordy literally just turned some rocks into a machine.
You notice their uniforms don't have the seams in the front anymore.
They have
Hey.
money now.
But they actually do. I was looking
No,
at
'cause-
Ensign Rowe in the episode Ensign Rowe. It's very aptly named. So when she takes off her jacket to give it to the little kid, it's actually a shot, facing Rowe so you can see the jacket very well. And it just comes off perfectly in the middle, even though you can't see any seam whatsoever.
Could this be a difference in them updating their wardrobe halfway through the season? Maybe this was filmed previous to the last episode with the seamed uniforms?
I mean, they look like what Riker is wearing now looks identical to what Rowe was wearing.
To Row, yeah, but the last episode, I think I was the one that brought it up. There was a seam going down, like right the I don't know,
Yeah.
nipple line.
Oh, okay.
There were two of them, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
they were-
I know what you're talking
were-
about now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
split
like
into
the
thirds
doctors-
vertically.
The doctor's right now is like one down the center, but yeah, the ones from last episode had two.
Yeah, I remember that. I completely forgot about that.
This was probably filmed prior to the previous episode, but released after.
And if you also look at Dr. Crusher, she has a visible seam, but she doesn't have the double.
I thought the background looked a little fuzzier than the last episodes as well, because I know these are all restored, and the opening shot, especially in sickbay, was a big difference.
So it turns out Geordi did not turn rocks into replicators. He just made like some pointy sticks.
Well, now I know where Batman and Christopher Nolan got his ideas from.
I'm pretty sure it's that's the same pit.
And Geordi has some real arm strength. That's impressive.
Dilithium's heavy, man.
Those things are only going in like half an inch.
I think you just gotta cue the willpower music and then.
Yeah, these shots look grainier.
A neutrino pulse. Thank you, Wunderkind.
If he can detect neutrinos, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, right now to detect neutrinos, we have like these massive detectors deep underground in salt mines just to try and
Yeah.
catch them.
Someone's building fake eyes for blind people, and they're like, you know what? I think I need to take this super advanced technology and minimize it and shit. Tomalak!
Hey, Tomalak. What's going on, my man?
Oh, it does look like... Yeah. I do recognize him.
Wait, were you about to say it looks like Kakar? Do you recognize Kakar more than
Yeah.
Tomalak? Have you been watching more Babylon 5 than Star Trek TNG Romulan episodes?
I remember it better anyway.
Yeah, why did they design Geordi's visor to detect neutrinos? How could that possibly be useful to him except in this exact situation?
Doesn't Worf usually stand on the right? Why is he on this side?
I thought he was always centered.
I thought he was over Picard's left shoulder. I'm thinking like blooper reels where he starts slamming the panel. He's over his left shoulder. He's on the other
Oh,
side of
yeah.
the thing.
At least he stopped yelling at the view screen.
Yeah, did him yelling at a recorded and transmitted message, did the yelling help get through?
Well, Romulans are all about emotions, you know.
Well, he's trying to get through that storm, I'm guessing.
I got to get over the
What?
It
interference.
worked, though.
But I don't see how the yelling would help him do that. Surely he could just try and boost the signal itself. The yelling doesn't matter. He's just
Well,
being
you've
dramatic
seen,
about
like-
it.
You've seen your grandpa answer his cell phone and it's a call from California, so he's got to yell really loud.
Okay.
Tomalot's old. It's probably 130, man. Look at him.
We are crossing the neutral zone right now. It's not a
I
good
mean,
line.
Yeah, his
The
yelling
transfer.
has to cross all the way to neutral zone. Got to reach that.
We're
Okay,
about to
I'm look-
violate.
I'm looking at Tom Locke's hair here. He's moving his forehead a whole bunch, but his hair is completely still. It's not moving even slightly when he moves his head. That's freaking me out. It looks like CGI hair. It's not, but it looks like it.
Yeah,
just
you're right.
saying
That
that.
was strange.
He's got those Romulan bangs.
He's still on the wrong side. Why are they standing here? This is unusual.
But look at the camera angle. So we have confirmation in the chat that yelling does not help. It does not help. Not the good old Star Trek method of quoting one real thing, one fake thing.
Tried
Pearl
and true
Harbor.
tradition.
Yeah. Pearl Harbor and Station Salem 1.
It's world building, basically.
Yeah, there's Beverly's seam. She has a seam. No one else has a seam.
Yeah, if you notice, Data's actually has the two. They got like a cacophony of different uniforms.
Okay. And I noticed on that real quick shot we just had, when you look at Riker from the side, you can kind of see the seam on his uniform. Just a little bit. Because it is there, it's just very well hidden.
Yep. Definitely see him.
Oh, you said aye.
And they have a really good tailor.
I want to point out that he moved back over to the weapons console to fire that. What was he doing on the other side of the console?
He was giving us a good camera angle, man. Don't worry about it.
Was that the communications panel? Who's usually standing there?
Nobody.
Worf was there when Tasha was still here. What was Worf doing when Tasha was still there?
Worf has like 5 feet of control console all to himself.
Seems like the Romulans picked the worst place of the planet to land down on.
Well, Geordi definitely has the seam on his back there. Oh yeah, Data does have the double seam.
Oh yeah, look at that. So Riker and Picard just haven't upgraded to the new suit yet?
Yeah, I guess.
What about Geordi?
With the way Geordi's running around, I do not feel confident that that phaser's going to stay in his little holster pocket. It's flopping all over the place.
It's
I-
23rd
I think
century
the-
magnets.
Most of the cast and crew were just glad to get rid of the onesies from the first season.
Yeah. The ones that were hurting
Because it
Patrick
was hard to
Stewart's
get
back.
in, hard to get out.
Yeah, Wesley's a true hero in this episode.
He's the true hero in every episode he's in. Except, the first duty where he is kind of the villain. But other than that, he's the hero.
It was more his friends. He kind of
Oh,
played
hey,
a role in
Centurion.
cover-up.
It's Centurion Bakra.
He has the seams on the back of his uniform instead of the front. What is going on?
Well, Centurion Bakra looks pretty freaked out.
We're just going to be talking about uniforms for the rest of the series.
What a vicious squat there. How intimidating.
Centurion Bakra,
I mean-
did you at least take his phaser? I think you did.
This guy
It's-
knows how to Romulan.
It's a really hard job to dress up a show.
The Romulan uniform just looks so uncomfortable. Like, look how his sleeves are, like, bending in the middle. They're creasing when he's just bending his arms like a normal person.
I'm just imagining like wire hangers inside the shoulder pads there. I'm so glad the electrical storm toned down for this conversation.
It's very polite. I don't suppose we ever find out any use for the all the spikes on the Romulan sashes. Why are they so spiky?
Something tradition, same as Worf probably.
Wait, look, Centurion Bakra also has a phaser holster that's also spiky, by the way, and the Federation phaser fits perfectly.
How convenient! Look at that.
Well, yeah. Did he just take Geordi's pocket and put spikes on it?
Looks like those rock and roll belts from those punk rock thrift stores.
Oh yeah, or like the Hot Topic studded belts.
Geordi, your hand
Yeah.
was right next to the phaser. Take the phaser. Geordi, no. Geordi, take the gun. Geordi, you're just the worst. What is the point?
I think Geordi he's just going to be like super diplomat the whole episode, which is a nice change from him fumbling all over himself with every other female he interacts with.
Yeah, he's gonna be nice and charismatic and friendly here, or he could have a gun.
Nah, he's just kill him with kindness. He's just.
That's a lot of saying.
I'm gonna ignore. Yeah, he's just gonna ignore the gun the whole time. Hello, old man mammoth.
Hello. Would have been here.
How old are
sooner,
you
but
today?
I'm good. How old? Well, I'm starting to remember the fact that Hoover was a horrible president.
Great vacuum, though.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, we also get this episode. Oh, Worf also has the double seam.
I was just about to.
We get the. This is the Worf is a racist episode as well.
I think Beverly's
Oh.
wearing the onesie.
Where
She has the Mandarin collar.
everyone's allowed one racist prejudice in Star Trek.
I mean, Cisco was Ferengi.
O'Brien and the Cardis.
What was Janeway's? Did
People
Janeway was?
that- weren't
Talaxians.
I thought it was gonna be the.
I'm still halfway through Voyager, and I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it a whole lot more now. Just thinking that Janeway actually secretly really hates Talaxians. That's gonna be fun.
Stupid little hobbits. What are they doing?
Like I'd accepted the mild discontent and the tolerance, but that'll
Oh,
be fun.
you know, this is actually a biggest insult of all because Klingons, you gotta die in battle, man. It's the only way.
That's a good point.
By the way, the fact that we all don't give to blood transfusions every like 90 days to blood banks, we're kind of all the same, right? Like, don't people need blood transfusions?
I mean, but even when I'm not giving transfusions, I'm not saying people who are sick disgust me and they deserve to die.
Right.
So in this episode, are they just basically saying that Romulus is basically Space North Korea?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. That works.
I was always under the impression they were supposed
Something
to
like
be
that.
at like the USSR or something. North Korea is an interesting. I don't think they were around when this was being written, but I can see that applied. That's interesting.
No one really knows what's going on inside Romulan space.
North Korea's existed since the since the 60s, so yeah, I'd see it happening.
I just mean like I hadn't heard of North Korea until near the end of Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il. I had heard about the whole Cold War thing.
Well, I thought the Cold War thing was just always the Klingons back in the original series.
Yeah, they were definitely Soviets at that point.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that the Star Trek villains aren't, the Nazis, or at least some vague interpretation of them until we get to Deep Space Nine.
And then Enterprise, we get literal. Well, no, we get literal Nazis in TOS too. But also in Enterprise, we get literal space Nazis.
Yeah, we get like half an arc on it. Did anyone else think those guys were remans for the whole first hour?
What?
The weird alternate World War II aliens on Earth and Enterprise.
That were being the Nazis.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought
They're
they
trying to
were
build a
remans.
time travel machine with Nazi technology.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
What is?
I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can go see it now. It's the season 3 finale.
Oh.
Season 3 finale, season 4 premiere.
Like Blood and Iron or something.
Oh, that's subtle.
I still don't get why Romulan warships are always allowed in the neutral zone. The Federation never does anything about it. It's the Federation that can never send any kind of ship in there.
It's because they follow the rules, and the Romulans are like, rules are for nerds.
It's more like, oh, that was a rogue ship. We didn't know anything about that.
We were only obeying orders.
But we'll warn them next time.
Yeah, next time, slap on the wrist.
Very emotional people.
Oh, they're bringing my birthday present. What a flute.
We were talking before about if this is filmed a little bit fuzzy. I feel like the direction just has a lot of zoom and focus going on.
Yeah, this is definitely non-standard for this season. I don't think I've seen Picard get this aggressive with a conversation in a while.
It's like he's trying not to start a war, it seems like.
Yeah.
I really feel
And
it there,
man-
though, because every time he talks to Tomalak, he's trying not to start a war.
Yeah. I think the end of the last season, or was it the end of the first season was the Romulans are back. So they were building up to this one bad guy, and now they're building up to the Borg.
Bakra.
Sounds like baklava.
He's just playing Picard here. This is amazing.
I feel like, Picard's rubbing off on everyone.
It's true.
Geordi a lot, though. Damn. Look at that.
He's like holding up the gun, like he's threatened.
I'm gonna be honest. It looks less like they're trapped inside a hole and more like they both fell off of the back of a truck. Oh, he's blind. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's blind. Still.
And?
And
What's changed? I don't get it.
I don't know. What did they do during the screen fade out?
well, apparently they moved the camera to the ship. Oh. What is he even doing on the computer? I wonder if
Sit down.
He's
one
just
more
drinking
percent.
sake.
he'd be playing his trumpet or something.
Oh, so Riker's the next to talk to Worf about his choices.
Wow, the screenwriting is like one level above too.
I think this is what they call one of the preachy episodes.
Peacemaker.
I thought that'd be the trial one. Which one was that?
The drumhead.
The drumhead. Or the
That
drug
one I feel like
episode.
a little more nuanced, maybe, because like Picard got to talk in that one, and this one we just get Geordi talking. And this.
All right. So what you mean, like the drug episode? What was the drug?
I encourage
The
everyone to
game?
sign up at their nearest blood bank.
This is a generally good thing to do.
I've never done it, so I'm not looking down on anyone. My work was offering it, but then they were doing it in our meeting room, the act of taking out your blood. So I said I don't want my like blood opening up, my veins opening up where I work like that.
Okay, now that looks
So-
like a sticker on his face. They just slapped a sticker on there.
It's a future sticker.
They were building
It
up
does
to the
something.
blood.
Is she just pulling him in to go, hey, just to remind you, you can save this man. I want you to look at him die for a minute. I'm going to leave so you can look at this man die because of your inaction.
Do
Bedside
they do
manner.
this for everyone? Who's the last O positive person on the ship?
Oh,
I
there's
feel
definitely a sticker.
that
Oh, savage.
yeah.
So, like, if he was a Jehovah's Witness, they wouldn't be saying anything because
Now,
They're
do
not
you
allowed-
think? Now, do you think that he got in trouble? If I assume Worf gives the blood, right?
I mean
Or what?
we think so.
So does that mean that when he gets back to Romulus, he's gonna be absolutely disrespected on because he's got Klingon blood in him?
Well, that changes things.
What if What if this good deed
Are
actually
you gonna
ruins
just let
his
him
life?
die?
I think he did just die.
I think he refused. And
Yeah, he'd say, yeah, he said, I would rather die than pollute my body with Klingon filth.
well, that's pure. That's like racism to my dying breath kind of racism.
You know, I'm
In which case, I almost respect it.
you know what I'm curious about? That Jordy doesn't
would-
have
I
like a
wouldn't-
belt where he keeps an extended walking stick in case his devices ever break.
I wouldn't take your blood if my life depended on it.
So,
Yeah.
This is a good episode, but it just makes me think of The Ascent.
I mean, it's not a very uncommon idea of having two opposing forces stuck in a hole.
Or climbing a mountain, and one of them's human, and they're not supposed to be.
Yes. How long have I been muted? Have I been muted for a really long time?
We
Yeah.
haven't heard
Yeah.
you since the last time we were on the planet.
Fantastic. So,
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking at
All the Worf racism.
It was my show
Yep.
for a minute there.
Okay, we're just carrying your stream for you.
yeah, I mean, that's what I have you guys for. So I
let's
can
see
shut up.
here. Okay,
I
this
think-
ain't scientific words, but we all know it's just babble. I'm just wondering, so do they force everyone to have the Beatles haircut on Romulus? Or is that
It's
just like a
just-
natural thing?
It's just the
So, like-
popular thing. Everyone loves it.
Although you could draw comparisons to North Korea having a small set of approved haircuts if you wanted to. It's just fun. It's probably a logical haircut.
So
Okay.
I
I like the Vulcan haircut.
know, but with Klingons, they have some variety. So I'm just wondering, are Romulans? Oh,
Romulans are
don't
just a
think I've ever
very-
seen a shot like
They're a
this.
very unified
staring
culture.
at us. I wonder how long they wanted to hold that shot.
We just had a 6-second zoom and prolonged eye contact. That was
Hey, that's most people's dreams to have that with Sir Patrick Stewart, let alone Picard.
I only think I've seen 3 or 4 other times where Picard looks into the camera. That's exceptionally rare for him.
I still think that Geordi should have at least carry with him at all times like an extendable walking stick, or at least have a seeing eye animal at this point, in case of an emergency.
He could probably fit like some kind of extendable stick in his pocket because he has a pocket.
Yeah.
Programmable matter.
Although, do you think for service animal he just wrote down data?
No, Data is not a certain. No.
I'm. He
Data
probably
is
did it as a
his
joke,
own man.
but it made the most sense.
Oh yeah, KN, I was probably muted at the time, but I would just like you to know I'm very disappointed in you. It is not iOS. iOS. No. That's wrong.
The third confrontation about Worf. Third person.
Captain, they're racist. I'm racist. Just let us be racist in peace.
He's putting a lot of weight on Worf's shoulders right now.
It's not even a choice. They're just pressuring him.
Yeah, this is super unethical.
I mean, all Worf has he just needs to get a little bit of a needle, like 2 minutes in and out. He can save a life.
But if the patient declines treatment, what do? They can't just...
They're having a simultaneous conversation about racism in the sickbay.
Oh.
This is
We just
about
don't see it.
national security and international diplomacy. So it's individual medical ethics don't really matter right now.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Fortunately, Picard is saying that right now.
Yes.
Klingons do not complain.
Except when they do.
They don't complain, they kill their superior officer.
What about all those times in the Klingon Civil War when Worf was complaining about Gowron?
I mean, eventually.
I still think that out of the Civil War, the Emperor should have ended it. That would have been
It was the
great.
long game.
See him again.
But then we have to pay the actor again. We wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, how many times? I don't think they got anyone notable to be the Emperor.
No, I think that actually might have worked. Have the Emperor Kahless just say, no, Gowron's the leader. Like, okay,
Guys,
well, now what?
Stop it. You're like children, and I should know I was cloned yesterday.
And now Picard will respect Worf's racist wishes.
Oh, because he died?
Do we not know
Yeah.
his name, or is she also referring to him right now as the Romulan?
I just know he's not Centurion Bakra.
All right, because there's only one person on the planet.
Yeah, can we get some baklava over here?
He was
Oh,
named
yeah,
after his
Backbay.
favorite vegetable.
Oh, I was probably... Yeah, I think when I was muted, that was when I also said, I'm pretty sure the cave they were in before, when they were having their diplomacy, I think that was the cave from Chain of Command. When Picard and Worf and Crusher are infiltrating that.
I'm sure they
Cardassian place.
reused that cave plenty of times.
I think that was also the cave that Tasha Yar got chased around on her home planet in that flashback.
Probably.
They probably just used it, and anytime we see a different cave, they just repainted it.
Reused with Tasha Yar with the family-friendly gangs.
Such a wholesome backstory. Oh, he's starting with the 3/4 angle. He's mad.
Tom Locke, why
He's
is it so...
shaking and sweating with anger.
It's always
The
so zoomed in
slow
on Tom
turn.
Locke. What is...
Oh, his
Why are
bangs are
Romulans so
all over the
dramatic?
place.
Tom Locke has to sit in exactly the right spot. He can't slouch or anything. He has to be exactly the same every time.
Oh.
I could see Patrick Stewart's ear hairs with this zoom.
It looks like he wants to overact, but he's like constantly holding himself back. The Romulan, not Patrick Stewart. Although, you know. Oh dear. Things are about to
Oh.
get violent. Oh, of course.
It's a good thing the Romulans haven't decided to just, start shooting like they said they would.
Also, I'm surprised the Romulans didn't bring backup, because, you know, that's something they would have done.
Was that Troy's first line?
Did she even have a line? I missed it. What did she say?
She
Yeah,
just
she
said,
hasn't-
it's Geordie.
He hasn't been here this whole episode.
She gets full pay for that now.
Well, Troy, can you sense the second life form? Can you tell if there's actually someone there?
I'm starting
wanna
Oh
to
yeah,
chime
she
in?
didn't even mention. She's just guessing. She's not even feeling anything. There's an electrical storm. It's probably blocking her powers.
I'm pretty sure that Troy is probably the most ineffective member on the bridge.
Okay, so she's Jonathan Edwards now, crossing over.
I like watching
In this
people-
episode or in general?
In general, apparently.
Yes.
I mean, at this point, Wesley does more than her. More
Oof.
often.
I just love the idea of like them giving her script for the week, and it's just like a post-it note.
It's Geordie.
So we all know Troy is pretty much useless. But is Riker also useless? Because everything he does, Picard could just do. He just doesn't. He just relays orders from Picard to the crew.
Here's the thing. He can do one thing that Picard can't. Play the trumpet. Or trombone.
Can he, though?
The trombone.
He's not even good at it. Can he? Can he really play it?
I mean, everyone on the bridge has like their own musical ability. Maybe
Picard
not
plays the
Geordie,
flute.
but
What does
Riker,
Worf play?
You know what? Do we see any
Does he-
Klingon
He
instruments?
sings.
I assume he plays
yeah.
a xylophone made of his enemy's bones.
Is Picard just
Wait.
giving us a critical analysis of the previous scenes on the planet? Is that what's happening right now?
He's summarizing it up.
He's just
We-
narrating the previous act.
Wait.
You know, I wish more episodes were like this, so we could just ignore most of the episode and then just tune to Picard.
And a Dideritix is like 4 times the size of a Galaxy class. So
It's not quite
Picard's
that big.
scared right now. I think it's okay.
4 is a bit much, but it
Just saying
is
it's
larger,
huge.
definitely, yeah.
Huge.
And there's usually 2 of them on,
Oh,
cloaked.
he's staring at us again.
He's being very
But
careful
like it's
not to look
focusing
into
on
the
his
camera.
left. Yes, yeah, no, he was looking just off center. We did have a straight camera look.
But this time he managed it.
You know what? You know what I need after this? A good holodeck episode.
I have
Well,
bad
I'm
news.
afraid you're not
Ooh,
going to
look
get it. The next episode's going to be awful.
Ooh, look at the tiny phaser that Warp has.
Do not call a Klingon's phaser tiny.
Klingons do not have tiny phasers.
Yeah, but like
It's
what
not
was that?
about the
That's like
size of the
nosy cricket.
phaser. It's not about the size. It's about how you aim it.
So,
How come Bach right here has a fancy Roman title, Centurion, but Tomlok is just regular old commander? Why doesn't he get a fancy Roman title?
Because when you're Caesar, people call you
he's constant.
Caesar.
oh wait, true to Kaiser.
So
sure he has
Centurion
a
was a more of an original series kind of thing. And like it kind of goes away by the time you have
I mean, it did
But
sound
the-
pretty silly,
it was-
but
Just blame it
And
on the
they have-
translator.
they have sub commander also as their like main commander role. It wouldn't be
and they have the leader of the Romulans is the proconsul.
right.
They're
Look,
still a
the
little
Romulans
Roman.
aren't exactly the most consistent group in the galaxy.
I know they did keep with the Roman titles, at least for their government, going up into Deep Space Nine and forward.
Oh no, one thing
Yeah, it's called the Senate.
one thing I am curious about is why do they all wear
what?
turtlenecks?
What Picard says too.
It's warm.
Also,
What's wrong
That
with the turtleneck?
uniform cannot be comfortable because look, it's covered in spikes.
They're not really a hugging kind of species.
I know, but what if you're in combat and you have to like lie in your stomach for most of the battle?
So here's an important part. So transporter room 1 is not mentioned very often. Do you think that's a code word for 10 forward? They're just going to the bar.
I like to think it's permanently in a state of quote unquote under repair, but it's just where the engineering team goes to hang out.
Nah.
I was gonna
And
say,
what
next
is called
time I go to the
buffer
bar, I get
time.
transported. So
It's where they handle buffer time.
Buffer time for the engineering team.
Yeah, you know.
So I have to fulfill my role on stream by pointing out that Ambassador Commander Tomalak was
Ambassador
played by
Tomalak.
Yeah. Commander Tomalak is played by Andreas Katsoulas, who is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
damn it.
right. I forgot about that.
R.I.P.
So so are we supposed to get a lesson from this? What do we learn?
Racism
Donate
has
blood.
no real consequences. I think is the
Alright,
lesson you're
anyone
supposed to
Just
take
like
from
real
it.
life.
Yeah, the status quo will be
Just like
upheld.
real
Yeah.
life.
The status quo be upheld. Racism has no consequences.
You should be allowed to enumerate whose blood and whose race you're giving blood to.
Is that I thought the lesson was we don't have Picard stare at the camera.
There was
Alright,
nothing
so-
wrong with it. It was just weird.
Alright,
Also,
so
there was a
hang on,
character in that
hang on.
episode named
I'm going to start the timer for the next thing. 1 minute timer. The next episode is the price. All right, continue.
the first named actor in there was some guy played a character named Patak.
Is that his actual name, or did they just call him that?
Patahk, I think was the spelling in the credits.
Okay.
Not quite the Klingon word, but
Like, are you swearing on my Star Trek stream?
let's see here.
no, it's a Romulan name.
What a rule.
Yes.
If this were a Klingon stream, I'd be in trouble, but this is a Romulan name.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I have a friend on Romulus named Biggest
Biggest Patakis?
Biggest Patakis.
Do you find it wishable? The name?
You know, he
All
has
right,
a
so
line.
everyone be queued up to the price. We're going to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. Oh, this is the one with the stable wormhole, eh?
Stable in air quotes.
Air
It's going to show
quote.
up in Voyager.
No, I
For those of you watching Discovery, this is the introduction of the Barzans, which is the species that we saw in one of the recent episodes of season
Yep.
3.
I can't watch Discovery. It's too flashy, and I saw the Klingons, so I was like, nah. Why were they
same
blue?
here.
Why were they blue?
The Klingons were awful. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
It gets better, the show does.
She said,
Yeah, I'm with the computer here.
Okay.
Real doesn't have any meaning here, Troy. What do you mean by real Sunday?
It's like a
What do you want it to
Darian or
do?
something?
What do you want it to do? Go harvest some cocoa beans from South America? It's just going to replicate it whatever you ask.
hold it. I have a question. Anytime she orders, is it anything that isn't chocolate related?
No.
It's the thing with her character, yeah.
That's all she gets. That's the only thing she eats is chocolate.
According to IMDb, this is her first, the first reveal of her chocolate obsession.
Really?
Oh, yeah, there's
I
some
wonder-
Barzans.
I wonder if she programmed the food dispenser too.
No. She
No.
eats moose before this, but she's not obsessed. Sorry, I cut someone off.
Oh no, it's fine.
Who's that in the background? The woman with the thing
That's
on
a
her face.
Barzan.
What is? Oh,
Lieutenant Non on Discovery. In addition to the recent ones we've had, Lieutenant Non is also a Barzan. She was in, I think she was introduced in season 2.
Yes. She came over with Pike.
Right.
so what is the purpose of the thing on her face?
It's a rebreather. It gives them, it's like what those catfish people wear to put the correct
Oh.
type of air into their face. It looks a lot better in Discovery, though. This one looks weird and kind of ugly.
Oh, that mustache.
What is with
What?
that man's head?
He
My
looks
God,
like a
that man's-
dinosaur. Is he a dinosaur?
That man's like 90% head.
Oh God, it's him.
Yeah, it's the guy I hate.
It's
I
Lloyd
don't-
Braun. Nobody
God,
gets
it
the
is
Lloyd
Lloyd
Braun
Braun.
reference. Oh, there you go.
Matt McCoy from Police Academy Mission to Moscow, I think, too.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the first Police Academy.
It's the most
Wait.
cartoonish one.
I mean, it's a '90s sequel. Of course it is.
Wait, what accretion disk? I don't see a black hole anywhere. What accretion disk?
Maybe it's from the other side. Oh,
Oh wow, they made a lot better wormhole effects in DS9. Oh no. You can see the sharp edge of the CGI effect on it.
Yeah, that was a rough wormhole.
that's
They're
rough,
doing their
buddy.
best.
Space.
We know they get better. It's okay.
I
They
seriously
were.
doubt that
I'm
was
going-
CGI. That was probably rotoscoped.
Oh, that.
Actually,
You know what? I'm gonna do this because I haven't been able to because this is a very long shot of space. I am going to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Space!
Space.
The final frontier?
But are these the voyages? Oh. Well, what's
Hang
the
on.
mission?
We've got a little bit of time because it's a long intro sequence. Let me bring up the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism on YouTube.
What?
In fact, I should probably mute my Star Trek. Cue it up. Unblur the screen. Here we go, the one place.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Thank you, Tim Curry.
I love how he can barely keep it together in that.
Yeah. He's tried so hard not to laugh.
That is 30 takes in, and that is the best one they got.
And I like how
I mean-
he looks up a little bit, like as if we don't know what space is.
It's beautiful.
Tim Curry is my all-time favorite living actor. I have to say that.
Oh, he's great. I rewatched Clue the other day, and I'm like, man, this guy knows exactly which movie he's in.
He's also my favorite Muppet. I've seen Treasure Island. He is a Muppet. I can.
Oh, he is great in that. He plays it 100% straight. It's great.
Oh yeah, guest star
I'm
Matt
telling
McCoy, that is his name. Gross.
The Gamma Quadrant.
Oh no, you do not want to open a wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant, guys. No, no, no. Shut that
I've
wormhole
seen
down
that out.
immediately.
So this ties directly to a Voyager episode, right?
Yeah, Profit something. It's a Ferengi episode, of course it has Profit in the name.
False Prophet?
False prophet.
False Prophets, yes.
Are
Like, so
the
they-
same
They
Ferengi? Or
bought this wormhole.
Yeah, it's the same Ferengi. The story is
I had no
at
idea.
the end of the episode because they're not able to. Well, we'll see. Wait,
I
this
didn't
said Gamma
wanna spoil it
Quadrant.
out. But I couldn't remember much about it.
But yes, same Ferengi.
Ah, that's so cool.
I know it's said to be a reaver, but has anyone ever here played Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah,
I'll take this. It
I've
looks
played
like
it.
that weird. It looks like the weird straps on the super mutant faces. Hey!
Hang on, these are different actors. Canonically, they're the same Ferengi, but that is not the same actor.
Not at all.
Wait,
Are
did
those
you
the
say
same
his name
names?
was David Gus?
Well, I mean,
Eridor
chairs.
Eridor and
Who's in
Cole
charge of
are the
chairs?
ones that show up in Voyager. Eridor and Cole.
They're really tired, I guess.
Yeah,
now the
who's in
Ferengi are
charge of
racist
chairs?
against Klingons. When did that happen?
No, he's not racist. He just assumed since he wasn't in charge and they both were in the same uniform, he was in charge of chairs.
Yeah, he just wanted to know who was in charge of the chairs.
Yeah, it's not racist. He's just an idiot.
So who is in charge of the chairs? Who brings more chairs to the conference room?
I don't think you need more chairs in the conference room.
Picard got out of that situation fast.
I've got to go. There's something I always wonder about. So let's say they need more chairs and they replicate more chairs. What do they do once the meeting's over with the extra chairs?
So what I was just thinking is that on the wall we never see. Also, who cares about that? What is that? Gold? Who cares?
Platinum.
So I'm thinking on the wall we never see. There's this big, like, wall replicator that just makes new chairs as needed. And then if you don't need them anymore, you just put them back in the wall and it dematerializes them.
Yeah, it's probably like a little walk-in closet that you can just kind of pull furniture out of.
Yeah, just infinite amounts of furniture as long as you have the energy to replicate it.
Why is his shirt so sparkly?
Because he's just the worst, that's why.
Lloyd wrong. So according to IMDb, Eridor is played by the same actor, Dan Shore,
Okay.
who also played Billy the Kid in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Hey! Excellent. You know, I think I could tell that this is not a real look into the future. For one very small reason. Troy's wearing heels.
Janeway also wears heels. They love heels in the future.
Hey, fashion still exists in the future. Come on.
They all wear the same uniform. And let's face it, you're in danger every other week. You need to be able to run. Do you really want to run in heels?
It does seem weird that Janeway specifically... I mean, Troy I can see wearing heels. She seems like she would. But I don't get why Janeway wears heels all the time.
Maybe they're like futuristic shoes where if she has to run, they'll change into regular shoes. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I don't think they're really high heels, right? They're just like formal boots, but they've got really thick heels.
Yeah, they're not like stilettos or anything, but... Oh, no. Stop petting Counselor Troy's hair. What are you doing, man? You just met this woman.
Really weird.
Oh, no, that is...
Stop.
No.
Police.
Oh no, this guy is the biggest creep.
No,
What are you
this
doing?
doesn't work, right?
Oh, I hate this man.
Well, I remember that episode where the telepathic race does on YouTube friendly things to Troy with their mind, and this was still creepier.
So, has anybody here ever just... Like, you met someone you like, and you just start, like, grabbing their neck and their head? Does that work? Is that a thing you've tried?
Oh, Data finally speaks.
The 23rd century is a weird place.
I tried it once. I only did like a few months in jail, so it's fine.
Okay.
Another thing that we don't really see is, I'm reminded because Data always trying to, discover what it means to be human. Is we never get to see human culture past the 21st century. The closest we get is the Doctor in Voyager making his own holo program. And why do I hear myself? Who the hell is...
Yes, someone in the chat is rebroadcasting everything quietly.
It looks like that is Jirinx.
Ah, sorry.
Jinx, my boy.
So, does Commander Riker actually conduct classes on poker, or is that just a turn of phrase?
I think he does a lot of things we're not supposed to know about.
I can see him doing that.
Do you think he cheats at poker sometimes?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Certainly.
Do you think
I think
Data
that's good.
accidentally cheats during poker?
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
I don't think Data would cheat.
No, I
Jordy
mean
cheats.
accidentally. He doesn't know he does it. Jordy cheats? I can see that.
Because Jordy can
Because
see
it's
through
in-
the cards.
And how does he see the other side?
I don't know, but in an episode... I mean, this is canon, that he sees what's on the other side. But he says he doesn't look until the hand is over, which I'm pretty sure is still cheating.
Pretty sure Data counts the cards.
He's a computer. Yeah, like I said, he doesn't do it on purpose. He just
Yeah, but
cheats.
card counting is blackjack, not poker, right?
True.
I mean, technically, you could count any game with that involves cards.
Yeah, I don't know if counting cards. I mean, calculating the odds in poker is very important, but like card counting in and of itself wouldn't do anything.
The number
let's
of
be
the
real
cards
here.
is constant. What would be the purpose in counting them?
If Data shuffles, he can keep track of that. He's completely capable.
We
So
do
if
know that Data, when he
Mendoza-
was supposedly randomly shuffling, was able to make a very specific deck setup for cause and effect.
And give himself a hand of all
Yeah,
three.
that's a good point.
Oh yeah, that is Eridor. That's the same voice.
Wow, these guys are jerks. That's not how you conduct good business.
Troy,
Are
what are
they
you...
going to prom here?
Troy,
I
don't
just-
encourage him. What are you doing?
It looks like they're going to a prom where the theme is under the sea.
They
Yeah,
just
exactly.
they just came out of the 80s, guys. Okay.
The
I can tell my grandfather had that jacket.
So, Troy, instead of dressing up in your weird blue dress and changing your hair for this guy, could you instead, report him to Worf for assaulting you? Could we do that instead?
Is she
Yeah,
under
who's in
any
charge
sort of...
HR? Well, considering Gene Roddenberry, I think, had a fling with Uhura. That's how she got on the show. I don't think there was an HR department on the Enterprise.
Gene had some odd visions of how to do things, yeah. But is she under any
Well,
sort of...
considering there's
She's not
Sort of
being
like alien
psychically
influence,
influenced
is
or
he-
anything. He's an empath, but that's it.
Okay, so he is an empath.
But he doesn't, influence her directly or anything. He's not, brainwashing her.
It's not like
I'm so-
Deanna's mother. Oh, god damn it.
She just has low
Did I
standards.
miss something?
He's not
I think
psychically influencing her, but he's definitely manipulating her.
I think it's those
Yes.
eyelashes.
hey guys, I was going to say human resources is a good idea, but considering most, there's so much alien life, having a human resources would be pretty limiting, wouldn't it?
That's a little racist.
True.
Yeah, that's racist.
What would
do you-
it be called? Sapient resources?
Also, I'm pretty sure Troy is human resources.
Yeah, that's
Humanoid
true.
resources, maybe? I don't know.
Well,
But what about the
I'd like to be-
Tholians? What if you have a Tholian
what
on
about-
board?
What about cetacean
Yeah,
ops?
see, it's a slippery slope. You got to take that up with not human resources.
what about sentient resources?
Find that offensive.
Oh,
Oh,
Mendoza.
good. This man has just been murdered.
I don't
Fantastic.
think everyone meets that category.
Just have to go back to calling it personnel.
Personnel resources.
Oh, his mustache is falling off.
It kind of reminds me as, was it Cheech or Chong? I can't remember.
Cheech. Or like Mario, maybe?
Nah, when I think of Mario, I think of the wrestler who played him. What the hell his name was?
This Ferengi's trying really hard to sound, threatening. He's making his voice, extra deep and growly. That's not what he sounds like.
Did Picard just roll his eyes at them?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to take
the
them
per-
seriously.
especially when they're always crouching down a bit.
We wanted them to be a villain. It's
Well,
kind
Riker,
of hard.
sneered.
Now, who would be a better villain? All right, if they continue using Ferengi or the Packlids?
I mean,
The Packlids are right on the edge of being a good villain, the same way the Borg were before Voyager. As long as we only ever get 2 or 3 more encounters with the Packlids ever, then Lower Decks makes them look pretty scary. If they turn into a season arc,
no.
They got to go to the Packlid homeworld, and the smartest, and they're not ruled by the smartest or the bravest. It's by the dumbest.
our Starfleet values have no power here. We can't communicate with them.
not dumb. They just have less advanced linguistic skills.
Oh, no. They suggest that as a possibility, but that same episode then pretty much confirms, no, they're just stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of like
The way they
the
trick-
same way Marians.
We're trying to be nice to them in that episode, but they just don't deserve it.
What if the Dominion teamed up with the Packlids instead of the Kardashians? I'd love that.
Honestly, that might be a good fit because the Packlids are all about deception, and the Dominion's all about deception.
We find out the Packlids are just the descendants of the founders.
And the Federation shuttle pod at this point is still really ugly. It's way too pointy.
Way too small. Look at that.
When can we switch to runabouts?
Tiny window. This looks like modern day space ship windows. Like that's Apollo capsule's window. Oh god.
Oh, that is
It's
not
just-
a wormhole. That is
Why-
a sphere.
Why is the edge so sharp?
Oh, look at.
Oh, is it a sphere?
It is a sphere.
It looks like they're going into a beanbag.
Oh, and those
Got the Vaseline on the.
the interior of the wormhole with all those clouds going around in a cylinder, that's the same thing that Troy is in when she's having that nightmare about like one moon circles, eyes in the dark. It's that same cloud
Where are-
effect. Except it's green in that episode.
Wow. What a jerk.
It's amazing
back.
how they can have the same facial expression, and you just want to punch one of them, and you just smile with the other one.
I mean,
Back
Commander
in my
Riker.
day, negotiations were simple.
Riker's
what
going to
each of you
confront this
wanted?
guy later about his relationship with Troy, and Riker is fantastic about it. He's very understanding. It's like, if you make Troy happy, she can make whatever decisions she wants. Rawl here is just the worst. He's just manipulating people. He has this stupid smug expression. Can we trap him on the other side of the wormhole?
Has the dude next to Riker had a line yet with the three fingers?
No,
It
then
is-
we'd have to pay him.
Oh,
Both
fortunately
those
not.
lines. They're just.
They're going back and forth. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can read that display. I got a screenshot and I zoomed in, and the answer is no.
I saw benefits of the people. What?
Oh, Quentin Tarantino episode.
And capital and local planetary something. No, that's
This is a
basically
really
impossible. to read.
long foot shot.
This is way too long of a shot.
Oh god,
Oh,
it
gee,
really has
really?
become
What
This
the
is
heck?
very-
not recognizable as my Star Trek.
One
What
made
does
an
that
active
mean?
choice and
Star Trek when I'm watching alone. Star Trek when my parents come in.
It's like, hang on, I thought Alex
Computer, give
Kurtzman
me
introduced
more
this. I thought Old Trek never did this kind of thing.
Someone.
Are you telling me like Soji and the Romulan aren't something Alex Kurtzman just came up with? I wonder why he's more difficult to read. Honestly, this is way more explicit than anything Kurtzman did with physical intimacy YouTube friendly content.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
but-
is this is
But who's worse? This guy right here or the Irish space ghost?
This guy's worse by far.
This guy's worse
yeah
than the space ghost.
people.
He is.
I would much rather have Shakar Space Ghost.
This guy reminds me of the prince from like all of the Disney movies where the prince turns out to be the bad guy, like Frozen.
So the one.
Yeah,
So the
Like he
one.
snaps.
because at least Shakar knew he was evil. Devanani, whatever his name is, thinks he's the good guy here. At least Shakar knows what he's
So
about.
Ducat. It was charming when Ducat did it.
I'd rather have Ducat than Rawl.
Ducat,
Yeah.
everyone's
This
favorite.
is way worse than. I could watch a supercut of Ducat just doing cringy stuff with Kira, and I would watch it all day over.
That's because Kira's
some of the
reaction
stuff
is
Troy-
the opposite of what Troy's doing here, though. Kira
Yeah.
is repulsed every time. That's why that one's
This is
actually tolerable.
Uh, oh wait, have any? I asked this last week for the Deep Space Nine people here, but I'll ask this this week. Have any of you seen the Discovery documentary? Not Discovery, Deep Space Nine documentary.
I have.
Yeah.
I was at the LA premiere.
Oh, no, that fancy, Mr. Fancy here. But
I dropped $250 on the fundraising campaign, and yeah, I got to go with +1.
Oh, here's the reveal that he's been manipulating her. About him being empathic, and not revealing that.
This is kind of like the love scene out of Top Gun with Tom Cruise. Fleeting moments at the cheesy music.
This is literally the scene where.
Anyway, I brought up the thing because in it, the actor who played Ducat said he thought it would have been a wonderful idea if in the show Ducat and Kira actually did get together.
Yeah, Marco Limo. Marco Limo is kind of.
He's an odd fellow, but so is Avery Brooks.
And that's why they're so
But it ruined it.
They're
But it
completely
ruined the
different
show.
kind of odd.
What does it
You
ruin?
respect Avery Brooks. Marco Limo is.
If Kira and Ducat ever had a fling, that would just like weird out the show.
That would weird out every being in the universe. I don't think even alternate universe Kira would have done it.
No, I don't think so.
Seizure warning. Jeez.
Honestly, if Kira and Ducat had gotten together in Deep Space Nine, it would have been the biggest mistake that show ever did.
If they had gone one more season.
One more season.
That's what we're left behind, huh?
They're just complaining. Although I am
in there, Sub Rosa.
I am going to bring up one last thing about Deep Space Nine, then I'll stop. Is that something I love is that the actors who played Odo and of course God damn it, why am I forgetting his name?
Bashir, Garrick, O'Brien.
Quark, yes. They both end on down their careers basically playing the exact same character, not the character in the show, but literally the idea of the exact same character. In BioShock, Quark voiced Andrew Ryan, who is this big CEO who believes he should take over and rule the free market. And then Odo voiced Mr. House, who's the same thing for Fallout New Vegas. Which I think is the weirdest quinky dink.
Okay.
It's a dumb fact. No one cares. But I know that fact, and many others that no one cares. It's my job.
Oh no.
Why
do we have this
We
lingering shot?
we have to get through this.
Nah, it's just yoga.
So what? I mean, Jordy and
80s?
Data were in there, and it just faded out.
Oh no! Why would you say that, Crusher?
Might be 89.
The boom mics are out of position. The audio's weird.
Marina Sirtis is kind of acting weird.
They're both, yeah.
They
Oh,
can't have
Crusher,
the
don't
boom
say
in
that.
Position because you'd see it.
I think Marina doesn't really know how to portray this side of Troy.
Where's the door to this room? Is it like she came in from the opposite side?
She beamed in. Don't worry about it.
I think it's just a holodeck, so there is no door now.
That's gonna give people panic attacks.
They commandeer corridor every week with like.
I have there is something that comes to mind. Why would you have any like specialized room on a starship if you can just use a holodeck?
I mean,
limited holodeck energy.
Yeah,
that's
they'll have what,
probably
like 3 of them?
But also, the Galaxy class is so massive. They could literally build every specialized room they want and serve a 1,000-person, excuse me, 1,000-person crew.
Oh, is this guy gonna get a line?
Also, I'm sure there's not 100 holodecks.
He said something.
He did.
You must think whatever planet is very insular. He got words. This dude's getting paid this episode.
Oh, that's slow zoom.
With that stupid manipulative smile he has.
Can they focus on this guy's face if they're going to zoom in on him?
Oh, they cut him off mid-sentence there to cut to the Barzan. Wait, what does he mean add to the bid?
I wasn't aware
How is-
that was the Federation bidding on this. I thought they were just hosting.
Yeah, they
Well,
were.
that's why they have a
bidding.
negotiator, which got poisoned by the Ferengi.
Right.
I don't understand. Surely that's a separate agreement entirely with Leor. The mining rights to his own
Also-
planet.
Also, shouldn't we have a witness, a third party that can vouch?
Maybe their species is very trustworthy of their ambassadors or negotiators. We don't know.
Oh, Eridor, you might want to leave.
He might be the deepest voiced Ferengi I've ever seen.
It's not the Gamma Quadrant. Where is it?
This is in the Delta Quadrant, because Voyager's going to show up here later.
All right.
$70,000 light years away. That's quite a convenient number of light years there.
That's very consistent.
He's probably estimating down to
Data's thinking that's not what the number is.
I like that he's not looking at sensors. He's literally just looking out the window and he's seeing space in front of him fluctuate. And he's like, the wormhole's going away.
He's got sensors on his face. That's all he
Oh
needs.
god. Okay, now that I can't tell if that shuttle's Ferengi design.
Oh, it definitely is.
Bye.
And it's gone.
That was an interesting.
Well,
It just
What's that
left.
face,
It
Eridor?
didn't disappear. It didn't dissipate. It just left.
It flew away.
Yeah, it just ran away.
Go chase it down.
Don't think I've ever seen a wormhole. What happens if it hits something? Does it just randomly get spit out somewhere else in front of the Enterprise?
Eats a
But I'm
planet.
I'm gonna be like, only thing I could think of when it was zooming away is it going, bye Ferengi, good luck looking for your dad.
Cross section of a planet just shows up 50 feet away from the shields.
They're supposed to collapse on themselves, and you're right, it just leaves.
Wait,
It's literally a core
what
sample.
is that? That looks like the cloth you'd have over a table. Or a bat towel. What is
A
that?
tablecloth, if you will.
It probably is.
Back in my day, we didn't even have tables. God damn.
oh, she's calling him out on his things.
Yes. It's called business.
Is the table just full of like glasses with marbles in it? Like, what is that?
Marbles are
They're-
delicious in beta
They're
Zoid
fancy
culture.
space marbles, man.
They're eating Orbeez.
They're like
no, it's
they're like
different.
little
No,
space
listen.
gushers. They're
No,
they're
it's
soft.
ice-
You bite
no,
into
no.
them.
She loves ice cream. It's Dippin' Dots.
God, I hate this man.
Or he misheard her and thought she loved ice, so he just has all these things full of ice.
It's okay, Ryan. I think he hates himself.
And Deanna should be hating him in about probably 10 minutes.
I mean, I would say as soon as he revealed this, she should have had this conversation in her head. But it's nice to see the characters just admit how repulsive they are. He also has a very valid point.
Yeah.
I mean, my issue
but
with
he's
him isn't
also
really
a
him
jerk.
using his empathic abilities for negotiation. It's just, everything else about him. And his interactions with Troy.
I had a lawyer like him once.
And then
You had a psychic lawyer?
No, a lawyer acted like him. We had a bad falling out. It makes family gatherings weird.
Did he, like, grab your neck and your head and start stroking your hair?
Look at
I will not answer that on the grounds of I don't want to.
You plead the fifth?
I want to mention something. I met Doug Jones at a con, and he definitely does that.
He just grabs people?
wow.
Just
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
No, he broke her heart.
Saru's fingers have gone through my hair.
That's really creepy, Doug. Maybe you shouldn't be grabbing people and stroking their hair like that, Doug.
He's so chill, though.
That guy plays Saru later.
Oh god, I still don't understand how this chess works.
It works very well, thank you.
I think there's actually you can buy it. There's a set of rules for it. Oh, this is gonna be gross.
I mean, Riker's reaction to all this I really like. Riker's cool here.
Yeah, I remember that too.
This is the static star background instead of the rolling sheet they have.
Oh, it's moving.
Very
it is
slowly.
now. Yeah, it wasn't in the last shot.
Matt McCoy here was in a pair of Police Academy movies. I mentioned one earlier. But he was also in Assignment Miami Beach, where the bad guy in that movie is played by Renee Auberjonois Odo from DS9.
Hey.
Was he a total creep in those movies too?
Kinda, yeah.
Is the actor just a creep in real life and this is just a perfect casting decision? What's going on here?
I think he's got piercing blue eyes, and he just also knows how to sound smug. And the two of those together. If he just had the eyes, he could be the Terminator from Terminator 2.
I mean, look at Riker's eyes.
Smug.
Smug is a
Well,
good
he's
way
not
to
using the
describe
smug.
him. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just screams lawyer to me.
Yeah, like there's something kind of seedy and yeah, very smug about him. Like I've seen him in other stuff, even somewhere he plays like a more positive character, but he's also kind of boyish and smug like that.
He has the energy of every stepdad in every 90s and 80s film.
He sounds like he's from a western though, like a country western. Like
I could see him being in a western. Give him a nice hat.
Oh, and here's the part of
Yeah.
Riker I really enjoy for this episode. Rawls just like, oh, I got your girlfriend. What are you going to do about it? He's like, that's fine.
It's the 21st century, man. She's not mine.
Oh, he's falling apart. Look at his face.
I've made
Facial
some
acting.
calculations, but man, I'm bad at math.
that backfired big time.
It's the first
bring
battle.
that
Never
up.
going against Commander
Riker
Riker when Deanna is on the line.
Also,
Dumb.
like, I don't know if Riker's conscious of it at all, but Deanna taught him some tricks.
Yeah,
Like
he's
the
used to empath. It
telepathic
seems
ones.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole Deanna's taught me a few tricks too. In the Barclay episode, the nth degree, when he becomes like a super genius and
Yep,
knocks
takes over the
himself
ship.
to the holiday Enterprise. So at the end of that, right? Like he doesn't play chess, but he does a chess move to win a game somebody else is playing. But I wrote down that one pickup line. It's almost as good as the line in this episode. But Barclay asks Deanna out, and he's like, she's like, "What do you need, Barclay?" Because I need the company of a charming and intelligent woman. I've used that.
A missile, not like a torpedo? What exactly did they fire? Is that different
She
than a
is
photon?
just what you need to bring meaning to your sorry existence.
Red alert!
What kind of missile? What did he actually fire? What was it?
So missile is just like a generic word for projectile.
But they never use that word here.
It is weird.
I've also seen them refer to old style guns, and they called them slug launchers. Oh, maybe it was just like a explosive missile.
I don't think any of these are part of the codes of acquisition.
How can she read him?
I thought
Don't
she
worry
can't
about
read
it.
Ferengis.
No, she can in this episode. Don't worry about it.
No, hang on. We need to. We need to
She
draw
needs
a
to for the
line.
plot.
I still think his name's David Gus. That's what I'm hearing when I hear Damon Goss.
He even walks smug. It's incredible.
So yeah, it's clear that this guy made some kind of deal with the Ferengi. And he's just... That's why Damon Goss is being so weird.
Barzan.
He can't even pronounce the planet right. He's just the worst.
Well, he still delivers his lines though. He's acting. The character is acting. We'll find out in 1 second here.
Yeah, because he's...
That's why Troy said they were lying.
It's not a torpedo launcher. It's a missile launcher.
Does Troy ever exaggerate her abilities to persuade Picard? You mean like how Data will just lie about his abilities to everyone? Maybe. She might. The Data goes with the underestimation of his own abilities. What is that expression on his face?
That was like constipation. I don't know.
Oh no.
He started smiling after that. Wow.
Burn.
Okay, so she hates him now, so that's good. I think that's for you.
Whoop, whoop.
The shellcraft.
Shuttle 9. It doesn't even have a name.
The runabouts get names.
I think these ones do get names too, they just never use them. I think they're just painted on the side.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we've
like,
seen other shuttles.
Yeah, I remember in the episode Parallels where Worf's going to different parallel universes, he was specifically in the shuttlecraft Curie. Shuttlecraft Curie.
Was
We've
that the
seen
same-
the Feynman.
Yeah, was that the same model shuttle as this,
Yeah,
though?
the-
And there's like a special distinction.
The
I
Curie
don't
was a
know.
Goddard class shuttle.
That doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
to me. Is that a
It is
different
like-
class?
Yeah, it's
This
different.
is like
it's
an
slightly
original
larger.
series motion picture
Did
shuttle.
it have its own designation like NCC, or was it 1701D shuttle of?
So all of the shuttles that are assigned to a starship all have the starship's registry number on them.
So apparently in Times Square, the Shuttle 5 was Elbaz,
Yeah.
but they never called it that. It's just painted on the side.
Yep. And Riker specifically refers to it as Shuttlecraft 5 in the episode.
Maybe the regular shuttlecraft pilots will call it the Elbaz, but Riker's just, oh yeah, number 5.
It's like
No,
when
you're
people
not,
call
Troy.
it.
Don't apologize to him. Go ahead.
No, I was just making a joke. The La Serena. It should just be La Serena. Because La is the.
Yeah. Does Serena mean anything, or is that just a name?
He means mermaid.
The mermaid, okay. Shut up, Raul. No one wants to hear about your human physical response to Deanna Troy.
So that sounds like something Troy would say. It's almost like he's creeping on her.
I mean, he's been creeping on her the whole episode.
I posted a picture of the type of shuttle Worf was in that episode in the Discord.
Much bigger front window.
Yeah. I guess it's not just uniforms that keep changing in Starfleet.
This was shortly after the movie Ghost came out with Patrick Swayze and.
So hey, I'm just looking at that photo. Does anyone see anything actually attaching the nacelle to the body of the craft, or did they just kind of put the prop next to it and hope no one would?
I would imagine, for the sake of making it easier to move, those are not attached in real life.
Yeah, it does look like it's just sitting there. But then, I mean, hey, we know in the future they go to detached nacelles. Maybe that was just prototyped on shuttlecraft first.
Yeah, Scotty upgraded it without telling anyone.
Yeah, they didn't perfect it for like full-on starship use for a few more centuries, so it was discontinued. Canon. Alright, so the next episode is The Vengeance Factor, which doesn't have anyone I specifically hate in it, so that's good.
Fun fact, one of the extras in this episode eventually became Marina Sirtis' husband.
Is it
who
the...
recently passed away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
okay.
Late last year, I think.
Yeah, very recently.
So moving swiftly on, this episode is, it's okay. It's fine. It has some good bits. It has some weird things.
Riker chokes on some vegetables.
Sure. In our headcanon, he can choke on them. I know. Yeah. In the headcanon, we can say he does. Yeah, it's... The lady reminds me a lot of Kai Wynn, not in how she acts, but in her appearance. She looks like a Kai.
Yeah, I pulled open the IMDb page and like there's images right away, and smaller ones, and right away I thought like, wow, is that the Kai Wynn actress?
Unfortunately not. Alright, press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, it's very green. Oh, that's clearly just a painting. That's not even subtle about the fact that is just... It's like fabric.
Yeah,
it was printed fabric.
They didn't try at all.
In HD, the matte is very obvious there.
It's not as bad as the one from Wesley's like Starfleet test episode, where it was the hallway.
That's the weird thing about the HD versions of some of these shows and movies from the 90s is, you notice like all this stuff that at the time I'm sure wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All of this stuff passed muster on a 4x3 television.
I'm sure it looked great in standard definition.
Yeah, and especially over the airwaves. Like, not even everyone had cable back then, so people were watching this like you said, yeah, we didn't either. So you
Yeah,
know,
we're spoiled by this.
Yeah,
we
this first
definitely
year would
weren't
have been
expecting.
this would have been like 91, right? How good was your TV in 91?
89. 89.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if anyone else wants to join the voice chat, join the Discord. There's a link to that in the description. You just click in, and there's no password on it. You're just in. So if you want to do voice chat, also those are terrible flashlights again. And Wars is low on power.
At least they're consistent.
Worf needs new batteries. I don't know if it's even on.
I just think my hand would cramp up so bad trying to hold that flashlight for more than a minute, you know?
Yeah, but at least they're using LEDs.
Yeah, no, when I was growing up, in order to watch the channel that had the best Star Trek syndication stuff, which was like they would run it for 4 hours overnight every week, I had to turn the antenna to the right town.
So previously in the Discord, just the text chat, someone mentioned they were going to dig up their old DVDs to watch them in standard definition for the nostalgia. Did anybody here do that? No? Okay.
The old DVDs from what?
For
the
the show.
original TNG DVDs.
Because I'm just curious, if someone actually did that, like how did that mat look? Did it look convincing? But I don't think anyone actually went through with it.
I would, but like all my DVDs are not here. I gave them to my dad when I moved out because Netflix exists now.
I just realized I have some some fan compilation DVDs, like all the Q episodes, all the Borg episodes, all the really good Klingon episodes. They look like they came out around 2000, 2001. I don't own a single device that has a DVD tray.
Yeah.
Your computer can't play it?
Bah, I still own some VHSs.
Yeah. I probably got a few VHSs.
And I haven't even seen a VHS in like 6 or 7 years.
Well, I'm not getting rid of my copy of Miss Doubtfire.
Oh yeah, hold on to that.
And my copy of History of the World Part 1.
That lady had an old style uniform. Okay.
I mean, I still have a PlayStation 4, so I could totally watch something on that, but
Yeah, my only
that's the
console.
only thing. That's the only thing I have that would work.
2020 problems. My only console is a Switch.
My only console is my computer.
Who needs consoles these days? You got the
I'm
power.
old school. I have a PS3 and I have a VCR.
Why would you have a console when you can be part of the glorious PC gaming master race?
I needed to get the PlayStation 4 because of Bloodborne. That was the reason.
Oh, okay.
Iris Leader was a producer on this episode.
Hey, did they ever explain why Crusher's always at the helm, even though he's not in Starfleet yet?
He has an
Because
apprenticeship.
He was a principal cast member.
He got like a field assignment kind of thing. He was like accepted to Starfleet, but we're on the other side of the quadrant.
Also because he's a Gene Roddenberry self-insert, and Gene Roddenberry wanted to feel important.
That really does look like Kai Wynn. And
Yeah, for a second there, I was scared.
Is that not the? That's not the same actress. Wow.
No, it's not the same outfit.
so
It's not the same
similar.
actress. It's just. I mean, I don't know what her name is. I'm probably just gonna call her Kai Wynn throughout the episode. But just so you know, that is not Kai Wynn. I'm just gonna call her
Kai
that.
Wynn has bigger eyes.
That's sort of a common theme. There's always these antagonism between various cultures. Like, when was the last time you talked? Oh, 18 years, 100 years, 200 years. It's like, just talk to them.
100 years.
Just talk.
And that's why you get Captain Picard in here, the captain of just talk about it.
Like in that Discovery episode that was recent, there was another instance of that, of people who hadn't talked in a long time were just killing each other. And when they just talked for like 5 minutes, it solved all their problems. That's not a dig at Discovery. That is Star Trek tradition. Just talk. It solves everything.
Now, are the Gatherers actually going to be a problem, or are we just going to find out they're just space gypsies?
They're gonna be. I mean, they're basically just homeless people that the rich people hate.
Oh, class.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing ripples in the star sheet behind them.
Don't worry about it. Just pretend it's standard definition. You can't see it.
I love this stuff though. I can see the screws in the plate
Yeah.
back there. Now that I love it.
Ah, 2 more servants, including Utah. Utah's gonna
that
be
guy
very
in the
important.
background, that thing around his neck, that is a Borg prop. That'll show up on Borg later.
Okay.
Thank
Oh
you. I'm gonna
god,
look
the
for that
Borg's
now.
already here. Q.
And we
What do we
we
find
have
out?
already
Like,
met the Borg.
Yeah. Nah, but they're here already.
Yeah. Oh, she also has an old uniform. She's not important enough for something new.
What if every inconsistency is just Q hiding on the ship, just so you can see what's happening?
I'd be okay with that.
And why won't Q ever admit to anyone that he's actually just a space whale?
Wait, she just said a flying ship commander. Are they not at the same
No,
level?
a
of
fine
technology?
ship.
A fine ship. Also,
okay.
you're a few seconds ahead.
I am.
It doesn't really matter, but just
You're
so
about
you
3
know.
seconds ahead.
Alright. I paused it a little bit. It should be good.
Okay. Yes, it was a fine ship. Jonathan Frakes is really trying to hide his back problem here. He's standing up straight, arms straight at his side. No back problem at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Just
Why,
wants
you
to
don't
impress
trust him?
Yuta.
The least futuristic class I've ever seen on Star Trek.
She's so weird.
But what if it
Did
was
they-
like a slow acting poison?
Did they tell the actress to act like spooked when she tapped her on the shoulder? Because that startled her.
Yeah, it did.
Maybe she was just really enjoying that velvet sheet with the stars out there, and she forgot where she was.
Such an enchanting light pattern.
Spiced Parthas.
A weird
Why would you say it like that?
I think he's trying to make her laugh.
Her name isn't Yuta. That's not how you pronounce her name, Riker.
Maybe he's just overpronouncing it. This is the 21st century in the Federation. You don't want to insult anyone.
Now I'm just thinking of my cousin Vinny. What is a Yuta?
Nice.
She's a Yuta.
I need to see that movie again. It's been a long time. Haha, he's a robot.
Troy is the only one here who's amused about that. Everyone else was just like, can we just get to the point?
Come on, we gotta fight poor people. It's gonna be great. Shalom.
Did they ever get another establishing shot?
You know, they always come in weapons first. Why don't they bring like food with them for once? Like, hey, we brought over some lunch.
The Cerritos does that.
Replicate some beers.
That's a lower decks job.
What is that
That's
pipe going
second
into the
contact.
fire?
Calling your first contact, they need to bring like some lunch, maybe something for the kids to play with.
Is this Worf's holodeck program set?
I think
That
it is
looks
with
very
Skeletor.
similar, yeah.
This is definitely where Skeletor showed up before.
Artonian lasers.
Lasers can't even penetrate our navigation shields. Don't they know that? It doesn't sound like that great of a collection. It sounds like pretty basic archaic technology.
Yeah, talking and homing anything, you know.
Would a citizen of the Tonkian or a member of the Tonkian race be referred to as a Tonka? Do they have trucks there? Are Tonka trucks canon?
Tonka trucks are made by aliens. It's a bomb. What is this combat music?
I think you're
Oh.
still
Have
a
we
little
seen-
bit ahead.
They're using
Yeah,
purple
you're
weapons.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
you're
think
like
this
2 or
is the
3
first time
seconds
we've
ahead
seen
again.
Purple.
Are you on Netflix,
Yeah, I was
Mr.
like,
Mammoth?
it's a bomb.
yeah, I'm on
And then I
Netflix.
thought,
Okay.
I know what to do. I'm gonna.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know why, but apparently Netflix is just timed differently. It's just a little bit faster.
where's Worf? Oh, there's Worf.
I don't know why Netflix is running the show faster than Amazon.
They might have edited the cuts for like commercial breaks and stuff. Maybe trimmed them.
Maybe. Because other people were reporting that for other episodes where they had to occasionally just like pause for a few seconds just to get it synced up again.
I don't know. I'm using Netflix.
Also using Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't had that problem.
Okay, maybe people are just lying to me, including Old Man Mammoth here.
I think Mammoth's just still off because when he said Tonkian laser beams, he said that literally in sync with my Geordie saying Tonkian laser.
My powers are beyond your comprehension.
But then how did you hear the battle music like
Perfect
2 or
sync.
3 seconds early?
I'm a psychic.
Oh, okay.
It's what I used to do back on Coney Island in 1927.
Did he just yell and then dump dirt on a thing?
Klingons
what just
do not
happened?
stink.
Yeah, I don't know why Worf is getting on people's cases about not bathing, considering Worf doesn't bathe either.
Klingons do not bathe; they cleanse themselves.
Do you think
By sheer
Jadzia...
willpower.
Do you think later in the series Troy and then in DS9 Jadzia objected to him not bathing?
I would
Did he-
think they made him bathe daily.
They made him take a shower?
Jadzia would have made him take a shower.
So if they sent Thor to beam up, why didn't they get beamed up? How did that work?
Oh god. It's just Mad Max in space.
I think this is actually just Tasha's planet redressed with like half Romulan and half Cardassian uniforms.
So Tasha's planet is this place, which is also a Skeletor planet.
The Skeletor program. Does that guy have a metal plate? Like in his head?
I mean, maybe.
Uh-oh, Daddy's talking. The traditional Akamar-Riker negotiation position.
I mean, whenever we actually start talking to the leaders of the homeless person faction, they're actually entirely reasonable. Everyone is just freaking out at them.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, you guys are offering us a place to live? Okay, but what are the logistics there? Like, is there going to be water? Is there farmland? What's going on? It's like, how dare you insinuate we won't be giving you... It's like, no, I just want... What's the deal? She's trying. She's a lot nicer than Kai Wynn.
That's not saying anything.
Kai Wynn would have been trying to execute these people.
I mean, in all
Yeah,
fairness,
nicer
Ducat-
than Kywin is faint praise.
I mean, in all honesty, sometimes Ducat's nicer and more sincere than Kai Wynn.
I would say the majority of the time, Golden
Yeah,
Cod is more
usually.
polite.
I
But
trust Ducat over Kywin any day.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yes.
oh, there you go, alternate casting. What if instead of Kai Wynn was the actor portrayed a Cardassian leader and Ducat played a Bajoran leader?
Ducat made a better Bajoran than Kai Wynn did. The Pa Wraiths trusted him more than Kai Wynn.
I love Bajoran Ducat. He's great.
It was that was a fun half season.
Just him going around being like, "I'm a farmer. I farm."
I'm a simple farmer.
Yeah, dating Kai Wynn. Like, it's a whole thing. It's great.
I mean, I know it's because the power rates told him to, but I'm kind of surprised he went with farmer. With Ducat's ego, I would have expected like some Bajoran resistance general or something.
Or car salesman.
Well, I mean, he was the chosen farmer.
The chosen farmer. A simple man
He was
of
the one
land.
chosen to lead.
I know this guy. Who is this man? I know his voice. Mark Lawrence is his name.
Yeah.
That's a familiar name.
You speak his name and he dies.
Oh, the role I'm thinking of is he plays the mob leader in the casino episode from DS9.
Oh, I love that
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, he's
Zemo.
Zemo. Oh my god.
Oh, this guy.
And he did.
He looks
He's
like a
prob-
Borg.
He's probably also in a
He's like
ton
a
of other
classic.
stuff, but, you know, Zemo.
Yeah, he's like a classic 1940s golden era mobster movie actor.
He
was in
just
Key
wants the money,
Largo.
Frankie.
Yeah. He was in Key Largo. He was in, I don't know, a bunch of stuff.
He's speaking so formally all of a sudden. This sitting down and talking has civilized him.
But you know, guys, Fredo was not stupid either.
Who wasn't?
Fredo. So we're
Who's
talking about
Fredo?
mob movies.
Oh,
From,
Fredo was weak and stupid.
Never mind.
Hang on. Wait, was Fredo the old guy that just died?
No, he was Michael Corleone's older brother, middle brother that passed over.
Yeah, it was a Godfather reference.
Okay. I've only seen that
He's
movie
dead, Jim.
once. And it was a long time ago. I mean, I know it's the wrong opinion, but to me, The Godfather was okay. It was fine.
Did you see 2 and 3?
I don't think so. I think I only saw the first one, and then I
Don't
just
see
didn't
3.
care anymore.
Yeah, don't see 3. I like 2 more than the first one, honestly. But
I
the
agree.
third one's
2 is
terrible.
better.
2 is
Maybe I
better, but do see 3.
Maybe I should give The Godfather another chance, because
just
I'm a
pause
lot
them
older
off.
now than when I first watched it.
I'd say
I might
rewatch
like
it.
more now.
I didn't like it when I was a kid.
And I liked it then, I like it now. But anyway. You know what's funny though? Watching Marlon Brando movies like before, because he's such
You
an
mean-
amazing actor.
Like what?
Yeah,
You
Young
can't-
Brando's great.
I can't understand young Brando. I'll be honest. Not like I've seen A Streetcar Named Desire. I had the hardest time trying to understand what he was saying.
So, Joseph, her name is in Utah. It's Utah. Very different.
Yeah, Utah.
Y-U-T-A.
I am Utah, of Mormon.
Yuta.
This guy's gonna get mud all over the carpet, man.
Did he even... Well,
His boots
If-
literally have mud on them.
Could
Well,
you
depend-
please wipe
did
your
he beam up?
arrogance at the door?
did he transport up or did he take a shuttle? Because if he transported, maybe the transporter gets rid of all the mud, so his boots are perfectly clean now. His clothes look really
No, but
clean.
I saw it.
I mean, who would make a transporter that recreated dirt?
No, they had a full body shot as he walked out of the turbo lift. His boots had dried mud on them.
Oh,
I guess it's dry.
it's okay. The Enterprise will clean itself. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it cleans itself. Come on.
Right. Right.
This guy also has spikes on him. What's with everyone in spikes? Also, why is he wearing chainmail?
It's like Mad Max, kind of.
Does,
We're
does
ready
the,
on Thunderdome now.
Does the
Thunderdome
chainmail
in
protect against phasers?
space.
It's that
Phasers.
post-apocalyptic thing.
Maybe it protects against lasers, and that's all they need.
Well, at least it makes plenty of noise when he moves.
Ended the Clan Wars has.
So this younger actress is she was in Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. She played Alice. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I just remember Freddy Krueger. That's all I remember.
And then the older actress, she was the gym teacher in Porky's.
Didn't see that one.
Okay, that's like an 80s boner comedy.
A what? Oh,
Altmarian? I feel like this actor is just having a lot of fun walking in character.
It's just jaunting himself in.
It's doing like the Ed McMahon strut.
Hello.
Yeah, I've seen this guy walk into my local bar for sure.
is he strutting or does he have like a limp?
It could be both.
Yeah, I guess it is like a limp.
Rhiannon? Oof.
Wonder how many takes that took.
I mean, I studied like physics and math, but tensor fields are a thing at least. That's all I. That's the only
And
meaningful
Riemann is
terms I
certainly
got out of that.
I think a person, but
That must be some
He's-
fancy future space math.
He's really passionate about this, but he's being kind of polite.
I mean, yeah, he's got many friends who don't like him.
Like, he could just be sitting here having the same conversation. He doesn't need to be standing and almost screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got kids. That's nice.
The words are good. The actions are a bit over the top.
I think it's enjoyable.
Because that's just the guy this man is. He's just he's very passionate.
And the setting is inappropriate. Why is he yelling all this at a child?
Because he's got a child himself. Or kids, at least.
Parthas a la Utah.
It's red grapes and kale. It's red
And
grapes
it's wonderful. Maybe I should get some red grapes and kale.
Yeah, that could be very good. It'd probably be very good for you.
I don't know if my local grocery store actually sells kale. I've never seen it there, but I could look harder.
Now,
Could I replace it with like spinach? Because that's what they sell there.
Yeah, I hate kale, so I'd do something else.
You gotta go to Whole Foods more.
Are those
Now,
even
Detroit
grapes? Those
just
look more like cherry tomatoes to me.
They could be shallots. I'm not sure. They're so small.
Careful, Riker. Don't choke on it. Watch what you eat. Chew thoroughly. What's that supposed to mean? So what is the lesson Star Trek's trying to go with here? What are they referring to in the real world?
I'd say tolerance of cultures that are just plain different and may have caste systems. Like I think a good example of this would be the episode where he meets the trigendered, or no, not the trigendered, the agendered
Non-gendered.
species. Yeah, there
Yeah,
was a non-gendered species, and the whole episode is just like, you're very different, but I'm interested.
So on an unrelated note, I have a mug of water in front of me and I just looked down at it. The reflection of it was just at the ankle, it was just Yuta's eyes just staring at me. That's all I can see in the reflection.
She's
It's
going
just
to
Yuta.
kill you
It
next.
freaked me out for a second there. I was like, why are you... Just
She's
look down at my
after
water and there's
blood.
Yuta staring back.
Guess you're part of that same clan.
Don't scare me like that, Yuta.
Yeah, don't scare
I think
him.
it wasn't that raw guy from the last episode looking down at you in the class.
Wonder why they chose Utica. Why not? I know. Why can't we just get an alien species that has like a name that's normal to us, but would just sound strange to, coming from them?
I'm
So
not a
Chris-
slave, but I have to wear a heavy collar around my neck.
Chris, can you say something right now? Okay, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
nothing.
there's nothing there.
I see your Discord is seeing your microphone is active, so maybe it's going to the wrong input source. Maybe it's trying to see something else.
Yeah, we got 20 more minutes of the episode, man. Get in here. Get it all fixed.
One Akamarian in a million.
So what we're saying is there's an imposter on the ship.
They figured it out right away.
Dun dun dun.
Not that they're going to do anything about it until the very end of the episode, but they did solve it.
Worf, where is Worf? I haven't seen him all episode, except for the fight.
Well, I mean,
He's
there is a
busy
point.
not giving blood to people.
Yeah.
He's busy drinking prune juice.
There is at least one point later on in the episode where we really should have Worf, but I don't think he's going to be there.
Where's the rest of the security team? Also, how many people are on the security team?
You might recognize this shot of Riker from the that edit someone made about Riker having YouTube friendly content with other Riker. Let me try and phrase that again. That edit of I don't even know how to say it. Look, Riker and
He
Riker.
did like that just due to Freak's back problem. That was a very odd way of sitting.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I have back issues, and I know I've sat like that.
Yes, you were. Riker, you're not a subtle man.
What is this music, though?
I was thinking
How's it
cheesecake, but all right.
Does she just have the
Yes,
San
open her
Francisco
banner.
Bridge tattooed on the side of her face?
It's a good bridge.
She really likes Starfleet.
Yeah, she looks Starfleet.
I think it's the Bay Bridge, but yeah.
I'm from Florida. I don't know.
All right.
It's a bridge.
It's a suspension bridge, and it's on her face.
And there's the... Is that the bottom of the bridge? Below it, or are those waves?
That's still part of the bridge.
Well, waves aren't part of the bridge.
It's a whole
No,
landscape.
I think it's the bottom of the bridge, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, it's not actually a bridge, so none of this means anything, but yeah.
What do you mean? It's totally... I'm going to make a 7-minute long video about how that's a bridge. What are you talking about?
The makeup guy's like, so just make it look like a bridge?
It looks more like a circus tent,
I can see that.
like a roughly napkin edge,
or maybe like a carousel.
like a doily. It's the edge of a doily.
Hard-hitting discussion here.
Why is it smeared, though? Is it just like a... Not a very well done tattoo? Because it...
Well, Riker's got his hands all over her face.
I know, but is that like
it
magic
supposed to
marker and it's
be,
actually
like,
smearing, or
something
is
they
that just a
add?
bad tattoo?
It's probably like a cross-hatching design.
You just got a can of spray paint.
In
Just
the
put a
context of the
stencil on
show,
Yuta's
is
face?
it supposed to be genetic, or is it supposed to be something they put on themselves?
It looks
Triangle ship.
like
That ship
Oh,
is
is that triangle
triangular. Triangle.
that was definitely it.
We're up to 13 triangles so far.
This is the first time I've seen us catch a triangle ship. Are we looking for that exact model? Because I think this is that exact model.
Yes, that exact... They can have, like, bits glued to the sides and everything. Like, the Husnock ship is going to have a lot of bits glued to it. But the base model... It's that one base model. And this actually has the same bits glued to it as the MacLeod variant. It has the nose in the front.
It's just something so fun about when somebody's on the bridge, they just look horribly out of place, like the Mad Max guy does here, or like if Q brings in like a mariachi band or whatever.
When Q showed up and he was just like Columbus, that was great. Oh. Oh. Look at all.
You know, maybe this guy, Jorgen, maybe if he would stop shooting and just talk, maybe that would work.
The 3D screen.
I was just about
It's
to
all
say,
such a weird shot.
it's clear that they actually do use just holographic technology here. It looks like a screen, but it's actually 3D.
I actually really like that.
What about it?
The 3D effect where it reminds me of like the Nintendo 3DS 3D effect where it looks like their screen is kind of a shoebox. It looks like their monitor is like that.
Okay, does this work now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Indeed.
Excellent. Perfect.
What's up,
Thank
my
you
man?
very much, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Welcome.
Just in time for the last 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How do you feel about triangular ships?
Oh, they've had a
Triangular.
kaleidoscope.
I was meaning to ask, what is this about?
What's the triangle ship about? It's just
Yeah, man.
they use that same shit model
What is
all
this?
the time. They reuse
Wait,
it
that's
constantly.
What is this room?
It's just a desk chair with fur on the seat.
Yeah, why are there fur?
All right, we're over our prop budget for the month, guys. We got to cut some corners here.
Oh,
so
okay,
what-
I see.
This stuff all looks reused, though. When did we previously see this? It kind of reminds me of
they're
the...
hunter-gatherers. Of course it's reused.
I feel like some bits here were used for the Q trial room, but I can't place what exactly. It just reminds me of it.
For some reason, this looks like one of the Zindi meeting rooms in Enterprise, which I know is ridiculous, but it really looks like, what is this?
Yeah.
I can
Maybe
see it.
those red lights were blue, or in another set.
No, I think you're right. They had that elevated bit behind the council table, which Archer dramatically walked down. There were red lights along the walls, and that big blue bit along the side was where the Zindi aquatics were. So
Yeah, and
definitely-
this was like the avian Zindi one. They had to fly into the side of a cliff face or something to get in here.
yeah, the Zindi Avian Council Chamber.
This could also
I hear
be.
what you're saying about the Q trial room. I can't put my finger on why that reminds me of that, but it does.
I think it might.
I
I
think-
think it's just the lights.
It's the red.
Yeah, just maybe
Voyager.
the red like layered lighting.
I think it's one of the Curzon. I think we get to see Nog in that set in the context of a Curzon meeting. Curzon, no. What's the not Klingons in Voyager?
The Kazon, yeah.
Kazon.
Ogla.
I think this is used as a Kazon meeting room or something. I think with the Aaron Eisenberg episode. I think.
Voyager's still like 5 years away at this point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we won't be getting.
Doesn't mean they can't reuse the set later, but yeah.
It's possible they reuse designs.
I know they've used Voyager sets in like movies.
She doesn't just look like any Bajoran. She looks like one specific Bajoran, Rumino. That is clearly Kai Wynn.
I like that the guy just admitted he can't spell.
She really does feel like a prototype for the Kai Wynn character, and Ira Stephen Burr is part of the production cast for this episode.
Wait, is the same actress, you mean?
No, it's not the same
No,
actress,
just
but she
similar
looks very
looking.
similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like mannerisms, the dress, minus like the Sydney Opera House hat, that looks like Kai Wynn with a slightly different forehead thing.
Yeah, she does.
I didn't get a screenshot. It went off. It went off screen too quickly.
Oh, you know, there's a website somewhere that's got them already.
I got a screenshot of the cause of deaths of the previous gatherers, though. One was cardiac arrest due to pulmonary embolism. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhage resulting from sudden onset of tissue inflammation following spinal injury. Then cardiac arrest, the guy we saw. Then cause of death, sudden arboreal stop resulting in multiple lacerations and severe cranial trauma.
That means
What do
he
you
ran
mean?
into a tree.
Yeah. I was thinking, it's like, what do you mean arboreal stop? Arboreal is trees. Is that actually what they're saying? He hit a tree?
It sure sounds like it to me.
And then cause of death, accidental drowning at Magab Lake while swimming alone. No foul play suspected. One of them just drowned.
Wait, who drowned?
Some other gatherer that we don't know.
Oh man, that's how one of the Beach Boys died.
I mean, that's how a lot of people die. It's very...
Yeah, just like, but like a, you know, an accidental solo swimming thing is kind of rare, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Here's Data trying to convince Riker that she's dangerous.
Okay, I would not be at all convinced by the evidence Data is about to present.
Here's where we get the Blade Runner camera.
That's enhance.
What? Peter,
Sort of CSI here.
uncrop.
No,
Oh, yeah, come
that
on.
would
She
not
doesn't-
work. There's no way. Actually, Beverly, that photo wasn't taken 50 years ago. That photo was just created digitally right now. It's not real.
Deepfake would be so much more advanced by then too.
Oh yeah, deepfake must be great, seeing as how that exists.
So they're gonna let him die like they did the Romulan in the last episode?
I think there's only one more death this episode, and it's not one of the gatherers.
I can't find anything on the set for this episode, but it definitely wasn't the Zendi set because the Zendi set was built specifically for Enterprise.
Yeah, it's just a very similar design to the Zindi set.
Reminiscent.
What's with you people and yelling at each other? Just relax.
Yeah, come on, Kai Wynn, calm down.
I win in different part of space.
Kywin never
It's like
yells
laughing.
like that.
A few times. She gets very passionate.
Here and there, yeah.
The only time I
I
can
like
think of
this
is in the
guy
fire
way better.
caves.
This
Yeah,
one apologizes.
She gets intense, but she's not like shouty.
No, this is proto Kywin.
Wait, why is that gatherer in the background not wearing a shirt? He just has these, like, straps over him.
Mad Max.
But he's gonna be cold. Just put on a shirt. You're in space. This is a diplomatic negotiation.
Well, I mean, there's red light, so it must be hot in there. So he's actually probably the most appropriately dressed. Everyone else wearing sleeves.
They do look like giant space eaters. God, just look at the man. Put a shirt on. Riker, was that really the
Snappy.
appropriate reaction?
No, but he felt really cool doing it.
You do number one, right?
Couldn't you have just, like, called Captain Picard and been like, hey, I need to beam down for a second. I need to show you something.
Picard, we got a traitor among us.
Everybody knows Penthar Mall.
Still holding that cup of tea.
The brandy.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the good stuff. Top shelf.
How
William.
often is he called William? Yeah.
At least once. No, Yuta, it's definitely murder.
I put up a photo in Discord comparing Kai Wynn and the character in this episode. Side by side.
It's not the same person, but knowing that one came before the other, I see inspiration.
Here they are.
The color of the outfits, too.
Kai Wynn.
At the very least, they're playing to the same archetype.
Sovereign Maruk. Well, he's right about that. Have you, Riker? What part of that? When did that happen?
In her quarters when she was kissing him.
I was going to say he's been with Troy so long that he can just pick up empathetic stuff with kisses now.
Yeah, Betazoid's not a species; it's a state of mind.
It seems to be that way.
Right in the abs.
So, Riker, this is clearly working. Why did you just turn the setting up? Just hit her again at the same setting.
I did wonder that myself, actually.
Set to kill now.
Okay, this is definitely murder now.
Oh no.
Well, she's also trying to murder.
Yeah, but
he
he
just get up and walk away.
Stun is clearly working.
Don't do this.
Yeah, but she's a thing now.
What was she even planning to do there?
Ooh.
I think like
That's
rush
pretty bad
forward,
smell now.
touch him.
But she telegraphed her attack for like 2 seconds before she leaped.
She was going to do the hand thing. She's got like it's almost exactly the same assassination method as the Ferengi in the last episode. They've got a thing on their hand that kills the person they touch. Except
Oh yeah, did that guy actually die? I don't remember.
It did that on 24 too.
Oh no, he just got sick.
Okay.
Oh,
An allergic reaction.
Yeah, they specifically said that he wouldn't die from it. Even the Ferengi said that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, in this case, it did.
Riker now feeling guilt about just murdering someone. When it's
Nah, he just
completely
looks
unnecessary.
serious. Like, who's he gonna murder next? He's got a taste for it now.
He's
If you
considering Picard.
vaporize someone, is there still blood on your hands?
Yeah.
There's vaporized blood on your hands. You can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah, there's blood on your hands, there's blood in your lungs, there's blood all over the room. There's little bits of Yuta everywhere.
Yeah, it's vaporized.
Well, Utica's still there.
Droplets.
Just here and there and way
Droplets
over
is
there,
good.
staining the wall.
Everyone got an even coating of Yuta.
Good old Yuta.
The
it's
fine
still-
misting of Utah.
Although it does look like that he's thinking more about who he should murder next.
That didn't look like proper procedures to Mishiko. The stun was working. Just stun her again. She was almost
Or at least
unconscious.
warn her. Like, say the next, if you move once more, I've set it to kill, right?
All right.
That
well,
seems
yeah,
fair.
we did it 3 episodes. Not one of us died by Yuta. Although one of us.
It's
is
okay.
Yuta in the water.
He said Yuta don't, and that's basically the same thing, right? That counts?
Yeah, of course.
This is how
So-
Star Trek deals with zealots.
The next episode that we're not watching today, but next TNG episode is The Defector, which is one of the best in all of Star Trek. Everybody loves The
agree.
Defector. Admiral
Oh my
Jarok.
goodness.
But that'll be next week. What is next, or what is tomorrow for DS9? DS9 Season 3. Heart of Stone, Destiny, and Profit Motive, which they're all okay, I think. I don't remember
Heart of
any of them
Stone
being...
is the Nog Starfleet one, right?
Oh yeah, that part of it's good.
Let's
Though
see,
they-
Hearthstone. While traveling in a runabout, Kirinoda learned that a Maquis ship has ambushed a Lispin vessel. Destiny, Cisco is excited about working with 2 Cardassian scientists who are assigned to help deploy a subspace relay in the Gamma Quadrant. And Profit Motive, the one where, Zek goes meet the prophets.
I think those are all actually pretty good episodes. Is the second one the one
Yeah, it's
where
not
the Cardassian female with like the blue makeup hits on O'Brien, or is that a different one?
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's gonna be great.
It's the one, the prophecy about the snakes and whatnot. Also,
Everyone keep your eye out for blue spoons in that episode.
Oh, okay.
I've already looked. They both have blue spoons.
I am very excited for Profit Motive because it is a very strange thing saying the Ferengi explain why greed is great.
Oh, that one! Oh, I love that speech. It's amazing.
Also, besides, it's the only time we see them, talk to the prophets that isn't Cisco. I think. Does anyone else talk talk to the prophets that isn't Cisco besides Quark?
Like Kira, I think you're right. Yeah, they're the only. I think that's the only other time.
Kai Wynn talks to the real prophets at one point in that episode where Kira is possessed by a prophet.
Prophet by
that
proxy.
counts.
Kai Wynn only talks to the Pa Wraiths.
She talks to Prophet Kira in the Reckoning. I don't think the prophet actually talks back to her, but she.
Yeah.
No,
she doesn't say a word to her.
Hold on. New dumb conspiracy theory. What if Quark was just a backup plan in case something happened to Cisco for the prophets?
He is the Quark?
He is the Quark.
He
was legitimately the backup plan in case something happened to Cisco.
It's a terrible plan.
Sure, why not?
There was one other character who spoke to the prophets, but it is not a principal character. It was that
the poet.
The poet, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Lauren Akram, I think his name was.
Yeah. Also, they changed history while also keeping history the same.
What drives me nuts is the guy who plays Lord Akram looks exactly like one of my college professors who was a poetry professor. And I hated that guy so much.
Oh no!
Was he also a prophet? Or a
no,
emissary?
he's an idiot.
Oh, okay.
Something I always
hated
did
him.
wonder. Something I always did wonder is, so the prophets were able to change time itself. Are they the same level or more powerful than the Q?
I think the Q are more powerful.
Agreed, yeah.
We've seen the Q interfere with time. Well, at least space and teleport things and whatnot, but we've never seen them change the course of history.
I think the prophets are locked to the wormhole. The only way they are able to mess around with time is when they gain actual access. As soon as Cisco entered the wormhole, they had full control of Cisco's timeline. They didn't really mess with anything outside of people that went through the wormhole.
I'm going to kind of disagree about the power levels here, not because there is proof that the prophets are actually somehow powerful, but I think the character of the prophets is more along the lines of they just don't give a shit about the rest of the galaxy, so they're just doing their own
They don't
thing.
even know what the rest of the galaxy is.
Right, exactly.
All they know is Bajor exists.
They are with
I don't think we have an accurate read on how they would act outside of the wormhole within the context of the universe at large.
I would agree, but I would also say that because they don't have awareness or any agency outside of the wormhole, and there was that whole episode where they actually found a way to kill them by destroying the wormhole when they possess Keiko, I would say that puts them under Q, who is able of expressing agency outside of time and his own existence.
Yeah, it's not, but I would still argue that we don't know more than that we're certain that the Q are better, just because
I suppose
we don't see them act with agency outside the wormhole. It doesn't mean they can't.
I mean,
okay, not enough evidence. I gotcha.
Here, I don't know.
The only thing I can think of that is Reckoning, where it seems like they need to actually possess someone to do anything. But I don't remember that episode well enough to know if that was actually necessary or just part of the prophecy.
But then again,
good point in the YouTube chat here. Someone mentioned. I don't know if you guys see that.
There was a plot point in DS9 episode where someone was going to use the station to kill the prophets. I have no corporeal technology that can kill a Q.
Yeah, that's the thing where they possess Keiko. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it looks like
it's
video.
It's chronoton particles.
Right.
That was
I'm
it.
looking at the YouTube. It looks like people are
always
getting a
chronoton.
sneak peek at the next week's episodes.
Yeah, I just want something to be visually going on in the background.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, plot point. Well, we know
So,
Q can take away Q's powers, but can the Prophets get rid of their own powers?
What
If
powers do
they're
the
in the
Prophets even
wormhole.
have outside the wormhole? What can they do?
Well, they can possess people. They can
They-
change history without
They can
changing it.
They can only change history inside the wormhole, though.
Yeah, and even with like the Tears of the Prophets, can they do anything with those besides communicate outside of the temple?
What are those anyway? In a non-religious sense, because the Bajorans have their own
I mean,
idea about
in the
what they
pilot episode, one of them worked as like a little
walkie-talkies.
ship. One of them like held onto Dax for a while and transported her back to the station.
Yeah.
So yes,
So
the
they
orbs are
can move
maybe
them and they can somewhat.
But the Prophets don't really seem to be all there. So why would they make the orbs?
I think they just want to be gods. I think
they
they just
don't
want the Bajorans
They
to
just
like.
want to protect themselves. If everything they do for their own survival, and they connect their survival to the survival of Bajor. I
They
don't
mi-
know. The Prophets
They're
are-
They
enigmatic.
might. Yeah, they might only exist in the context of like the Bajorans believing in them. It might be one of those weird causal things because they're all timey-wimey.
The prophets are a manifestation of the Bajorans' beliefs. They don't really exist.
Or
wormhole.
the aliens in the wormhole grafted that onto their identity because they're this weird non-corporeal, not of time, semi.
Oh god! Now we're starting to.
It's
sound like
weird.
the-
I don't know.
Now we're starting to sound like the religion in school episode of DS9.
They
I
ascended
like
a long
that they
time
left that
ago,
open-ended though.
and they just
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't about religion. It was just about Kai Wen being a jerk.
Maybe
mean
they're still
Sovereign
hung up
Rook?
on the koala and they just haven't finished.
What does the koala know? Why is he smiling?
The universe.
Figure it out. You fully ascend. You become a Q. When you're stuck there, you get locked in a wormhole.
But what if the koala was just Q, being bored because Picard's just making wine and quoting Shakespeare?
I could so see that.
Ah,
Possibly
Merida.
teaching Picard a lesson.
I
Lower
want to
Decks is a
push
good
humanity
series.
through test. Choose your weapon. I choose the mine.
You can't choose the mind. You have to choose a weapon. No.
I've seen the box. I've seen Q try to box. He can use his mind. Let him use his
I
mind.
mean,
for
if
once.
you choose the mind, I choose fear.
Yeah, but we've seen
Fear is
Janeway
mind
defeat.
killer.
Yeah, but Janeway can defeat Fear in a one-on-one, so that's not even fair. Like,
What are the power levels between Q, Janeway, Fear, Picard?
But now, which Picard?
Q,
yeah.
Janeway,
Picard.
everyone else.
No, Picard from the episode Tapestry, where he lived that like alternate life, and he was just a
Oh,
science
yeah.
officer.
What if we find out the Q's true weakness is the flute? That's why he learned his skill.
Now, the Q's weakness is Force Lightning. You saw what Guinan was about to do.
Yeah.
The Q's weakness is Civil War weaponry.
Hey man, I wouldn't want to get hit with a musket. Those things are nasty.
Yeah, muskets and Force Lightning, man. You don't want to mess with it.
Well, technically, their greatest weakness is, of course, depression.
I mean, in canon, the muskets were like representing supernovas or something like that. So apparently they
It
can
was
be
like
hurt by
causing like stars to
supernovas.
explode.
Yeah. They were like slamming stars into each other, and those were like the ignition for the musket. It was something ridiculous.
Now I'm wondering how many extra-dimensional aliens there are out there in Star Trek. Because if there's
Like
a
a
bunch of them,
lot.
do you think they like get together once in a while?
That's why in the Space Whale video, one of the lines was a surprising number of ascended alien species. There's actually a lot of them.
Yeah. So you Q probably shouldn't be focusing on humanity. Maybe that's why they're focusing on humanity, because they keep seeing all these ones popping up, but they haven't gotten to it in time. They're like, no, we need to get ahead of this. It's just Q being bad at his job.
Basically, everyone in the galaxy is ascended. Just find some corporeal alien. Those are the interesting ones now.
Species 8472 is extra dimensional technically as well, aren't they? Or would they just be interdimensional?
I have no idea what they are.
They are extra dimensional, but they are corporeal, which is who cares about corporeal?
The whole thing of their existence and Janeway siding with the Borg always confused me. Wouldn't you want to team up with the things that was attacking the Borg?
So they were attacking the Borg, but they were... I think it was Kess was sensing their thoughts. And their whole thing was like, we're going to wipe out all life in the galaxy, is what they were saying. They were just going to kill everything.
No, but then we find out, I think it's a few seasons later, they're like planning to see what the Federation is like, and they're saying, you attacked us, we were defending ourselves, we need to prepare.
Yeah, so maybe Kess was just lying.
Freaking jerk.
That's why she had to leave the ship later that season.
Yeah. What season did she leave? Is it 3? Because
like...
I'm watching through, and she's still here. And
yeah, 2 or 3.
Just wait for Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
In Katse.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Then old Kess comes back and destroys the ship again.
Oh, speaking of the beings, what was that one that controlled Kess's people? What was his name?
The Caretaker.
The Caretaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice fellow.
Was he, though? I mean, he just stranded a bunch of ships on the other side of the galaxy.
It was in good faith.
Yeah, it was in good faith. And he did say, look, there's another one of my kind. Look for them. They'll help you get back.
And then she didn't.
I'm pretty sure he's very, he's like very clear about his intention. He's like, I feel bad about these people. I can't do much else, so I'm at least going to make sure that this civilization of 7-year lifespan, like, this ridiculous. But I'm going to help them.
I do like it that they're a 7-year lifespan, because we always see like aliens be rather they age the same way as us, or they age extremely slowly. So it's nice to see an alien species that is, and it's finished like that.
The Okampa, what happened after Caretaker was like, the Okampa had some remaining power stores, but they were going to need to eventually adapt. What? It seems like after they ran out of power, then at that point the Kazon would just come and conquer them. Did they really help? It seems like they just delayed the inevitable by a couple years.
Yeah, did they go back at all? Because I haven't... all I know is that she's developed pyrokinesis.
Yeah, Kess goes... Kess does go back, but I don't know if she actually does anything.
Well, who can tell? It's the Gamma Quadrant. No one cares. In the long run, I mean.
Nobody's disagreeing with you.
I feel like I should put that out there in case there's that one person out there listening saying, I like them.
Does anybody here in Discord or in the YouTube chat, does anybody actually care about the Okampans?
No. Nope.
I have trouble remembering any of the species from Voyager.
They just live for like 7 years anyway.
They're basically dead already.
How about the How about the Kazon?
Dead.
I care about the Kazon, but not in a positive way.
What about those?
You are concerned about the Kazon, then?
Yes.
What about those Klingon ripoffs? What are they called?
The Kazon.
The Hunters.
Kazon.
Damn it!
Oh
Why
no,
did I think there was
the
something
big
else?
hunters.
I mean, if you're talking about hunters, yeah, Hirogen are hunters.
Yeah, the Hunters.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Those are predators. Those aren't Klingons.
Kazon are Klingons, Hirogen are hunter people.
We must go on the hunt.
What was that story about the
Our
Kazon?
entire culture is around hunting.
Someone did an edit of a Kazon episode where one of the leaders of one of the clans, an Okla I think they're called, when he walks through the door, someone put in like a bunch of trumpet fanfare around him. That wasn't in the actual episode.
That's not a fan edit.
That's not a fan edit?
It was in the original aired episode, and they removed it from DVDs and streaming services.
Okay, because what I read was that was a fan edit, and then it made its way to Netflix somehow.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's a retroactive
fan
edit. It's a fan restoration.
So that's always fun. The guys who were constantly decomposing from the face, those were the Vidians.
I liked
The
them.
Vidians.
I actually really liked the Vidians.
Oh, the Vidians were
the
great.
diseased,
They were horrifying, and they were great.
plague people.
They were a hell of a better villain than the K-Zone ever were.
The
I guess
Vidians
they
were the Vidians were scary like the early Borg were.
Yes.
Oh.
They were horrifying. They weren't just scary or intimidating. And it really felt good to see Janeway get mad at them. It felt correct there.
That bit where they beam onto the ship and actually take it over, and they're like harvesting people's organs on screen, and people are dying all over. It's just that's quite a sight to see. That was messed up.
It's
Well,
impressive.
I've got a question. Would it have been faster, instead of making a course for Earth, for them to have made a course towards the wormhole?
It's about the same distance, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, I saw a video about that. The Barzan wormhole was supposed to be about the same distance to Voyager.
No, I think he means the Gamma.
Oh, not the Barzan, the Deep Space Nine wormhole. That's supposed to be about the same distance. But it's a lot safer to just go to Earth because you don't know what's going on with the wormhole when you get there. Just go directly.
They also had very limited communication, and were they stranded there before or after the Dominion Wars started?
Before the Dominion Wars, but they do know about the Dominion. They had met the Jem'Hadar.
What? I don't remember that.
Okay, so hang on. Were they in the same quadrant, or are we just talking like it was
Different
equidistant to? Okay, so different quadrant, but they were equidistant from Earth to the Bajoran wormhole.
Yes, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know they met the Dominion before Voyager left because Voyager, at one point, one of the simulations they're doing on the holodeck is fighting some Bajoran, not Bajoran, some Dominion bug ships, locust ships, whatever they're called. And then also in an episode where there's like a whole bunch of holograms spawned from Voyager. I don't even remember what the context was. I just know there was like a race of holograms that came from Voyager. One of them was a Jem'Hadar. What was going on in that episode? Voyager, hologram.
Let's see here.
Jem'Hadar.
When did Star Trek Voyager air? 1995. Let's see here. So, Deep Space Nine seasons.
It was the episode Flesh and Blood is the one I'm thinking about, but I just don't remember the context. Can't even find a picture of it. Oh, there he is.
There was a hologram Jem'Hadar on board.
Yeah, so
There was
here,
one, yes.
let me open that in a new thing. So here's the
Alright,
Doctor, here's
so-
a Cardassian hologram, and there's a Jem'Hadar hologram with his heterocell white tube.
Well, according to this, since Voyager came out in 1995, that means it would have come out around between season 3 and season 4 of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, we've seen these guys by then. I was actually going to ask, is the Ketracel white tube there, even though it's a hologram?
It is.
Alright.
Wonder how that would work.
Fun, but I
Do
must
you think he has a holographic Ketracel, or does it just not function?
It's probably
Just
just
appearance.
aesthetic. Anyway, member 4.
Well, he's gone.
I appreciate that guy. He's consistent.
So, I'm just watching the Defector in the background because I'm playing it for background visuals. It looks like Admiral Jarok also has target brand mugs, so that's good to know.
Gotta get out of
Sharrock
the
is played by the same actor as Dr. Mora.
Yeah, that's true. James Sloyan, who doesn't he also play a different crazy doctor on TNG?
Oh, I'm sure. He's done a lot of Star Trek stuff.
James
Maybe not a
Sloyan,
lot, but
IMDb.
I know who he is because he's been in a lot of stuff.
Sorry, hang on. Mora Pol from DS9?
I don't know if that's his last name, but probably the Bajoran who worked with Odo.
It is.
Yeah, that's the same actor, really?
Yeah, it's the same
Wow.
guy.
Yeah.
So
He
in
has
the
4
episode
roles.
Firstborn, he
He
plays
played,
Kim Tar. I don't know who Kim Tar is.
Or he's Future Alexander. Kim Tar's his,
Oh, okay, yeah,
his name
this
in
guy.
the episode. Because he's
I'm
undercover.
thinking of a different defector. He plays a Romulan in this episode. I'm thinking of a different Romulan defector.
A different Romulan defect.
Oh,
How
are you
many?
thinking of the Tin Man guy?
Tin Man, the
Okay,
human
yeah.
who goes over to the Romulans and then defects back.
Yeah, that's a different guy.
The Benedict Arnold one, yeah. Okay. You'd see my surprise then if thinking that's the same guy.
Right.
Or the Romulan defectors from Face of the Enemy that Troy has to get to
there
Federation
were some
space.
defectors there too. The ones in the
Romulus
box.
is the Cuba of Star Trek. Everyone's trying to defect.
Well, yeah.
All right, so
It seems like an
that's it for
intentional choice.
that's it for today. Tomorrow we're gonna get 3 episodes that are okay. They're gonna be fine. I don't know if any of them are gonna be great, but they're gonna be fine. There's nobody that we have to hate so strongly as whatever Rawl, the blue-eyed guy.
So get mildly excited.
Yes.
We get a Nog episode.
Yes, the Nog
yeah.
part of that is really good. The sort of A story about Kira and Odo being in the cave, I don't really care about.
Yeah, the Nog B plot is quite good in that episode. It should have been the A plot, but
Oh, is it the one where she gets locked in the crystals the whole episode?
Yeah. Also,
Okay, yeah, we can talk about the Nog part during that part.
tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week, keep an eye out for. We should have a Lieutenant J counter. This here is Lieutenant J. She shows up all over the place. You might know her
I
as
fully support this idea.
the lady that Commander Riker chased down a hallway yelling Tracy, because the actress's name is Tracy. That was Lieutenant J. But she shows up all over the place.
Yeah, I think we deserve I think Jay deserves a counter.
I think we might be too late, but we can start. We can try.
I mean, IMDb or Memory Alpha should have a list of her appearances, so you can go
I mean,
backwards.
yeah. Tracy Kuko? I don't know.
It's just Tracy Coco, I think. Yeah. Tracy
Coco?
or something. It's a weird spelling of Coco, I think.
There it is, Tracy Coco. That's right.
I think she's like Junior J is the official name.
She's in 103 episodes of Star Trek TNG.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
she needs a counter.
Wow. I wonder if she has very many lines.
No, she has no lines ever.
None?
She sits next
she's
to
just-
Picard a couple of times, but she never opens her mouth.
She goes with Picard to one of the concerts. She's sitting right next to him and they go together. I don't know what's up with
She's
that.
like Morn.
It was
Exactly.
weird seeing her there. Yeah.
See, so I've already done my outro, but now I'm looking up Lieutenant J, so we're just going to pretend I didn't.
I'm actually gonna go,
Yeah, this is the
but I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, thanks
See-
for joining.
Here's what I was looking at. Lieutenant J and Captain Picard at a concert together.
It was
Here she is
really
in-
strange seeing her out of uniform. Yeah.
Here she is in a movie. Here she is at the operations console. Working the transporter. She's on the engineering team too, I guess. In 10 forward. She's in engineering.
Well, she clearly she changes departments. I see red and gold on her. So
Oh, yeah.
jack of all trades. She gets
She
around
doesn't-
the ship.
Here she's at a science console at the back of the bridge. So she does everything, yeah. She's a very versatile officer. And here she is exploding.
Stand up.
All right, now that's it for today. We'll be back
Oh,
tomorrow
yes.
with Deep Space Nine. With some okay episodes. Everyone go away.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow,
Bye.
friends.